What's going on, buddy boyos? We are live. Welcome to another random stream for WINcels. I'm your host, Mystery School. In this stream, we kick back, relax, read some comments, and just chat, listen to some music, dude. That's all we do. All right, we're here. I haven't streamed literally since Saturday, so it's been quite a few days. So yeah, see what we get. I am streaming at a pretty odd time, so probably won't get a lot of viewers, but you never know. Let's see. Let's look at Discord real quick. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. What is this? I could play these videos, I guess. I might play these videos later on. Do that later. We are live. We are, in fact, live. Casey. What's going on, buddy? We have 2 viewers so far, so we have a pretty light chat so far. See how many people we get in here. How's everybody been? It's been quite the long week since I last streamed, so I'm surprised people still show up to these damn things, honestly, truth be told. Let's see. We have 2 viewers so far. We got 3 commenters, though. That's weird. I'm bored and I had nothing useful to say. Isn't that? Oh, man. It's pretty sad. Pretty early today. Yeah, I figured why not. I don't feel like doing it later. I have something I want to do later on in the day, so I got to do it early if I want to stream it all this week. So, yeah, we're going to do that. I figured why not to stream a little earlier today. God bless. What's up, dude? Golly. People are ascending over the place, dude. I think I saw something that a medic in Blackpool moved to where did he move to? Where's he at now? He moved somewhere. I feel like he already left, right? Didn't he leave his current country of origin and went somewhere else? Oh yeah, very solid. The C maxing a little bit to the hype. Yeah. I guess he wants to Southeast Asia, I guess. Good for him, honestly. Good for him. I'm glad he made it out of there. Especially before the big war starts. you never know what's gonna happen next, dude. I saw some videos last night about the after they did the conscription stuff for I saw the conscription stuff happen last night in Russia. And I saw the police officers walking around. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. People were getting like picked off the street and stuff like that. It's crazy as fuck. All the protesters were out and stuff like that. So, oh man, my connection's so bad right now. What's going on? I have like no connection. So low. Without a job and no money, he's begging for money on Discord. Did he find a woman? Did he find a wife or a girlfriend or something, or in Thailand already, or what? Medican moved to Thailand. Okay, did he? Okay, he definitely did move to Thailand. That's what I figured he went. Medican is ascending currently in Thailand. Good job. I'm glad he left. I'm glad people are putting these black pilled ideas into action, geomaxing and stuff like that. It's honestly nice to see. I'm probably gonna end up doing the at some point, maybe take up the either geomax or do the a surrogacy route. Well, Inkwell conscription will begin soon. I don't know, dude. I have no clue. In America, probably not. I'm not sure how America really views this war. Truth be told, like, does America really care that much about Ukraine to keep supplying them with unlimited money and resources to keep fighting a war, or will America just like eventually kind of like taper down the amount of aid they're going to give Ukraine and just give up on them? I don't know. He's got a girl but no papers. Nice, dang! He found a girl really fast then. Or did he meet the girl when he went to Thailand, or did he already have her in mind when he went to Thailand? Golly, he really fucking ascended. Wow, good job. I'm glad he found somebody though. Another person made it out of here, dude. Americans don't real care, but it's interesting how the Russians are doing. Yeah, they aren't. I don't know. From what I'm saying, they lost a lot of not a lot of territory, but they lost a decent amount of territory in the northern part of Ukraine. You know, this entire engagement for the Russians has been fucking this entire fucking engagement's been so fucking weird overall. First they tried taking the whole country by taking Kiev or whatever you say it, and then they fucked up there. So they all fucking retreated back to Belarus. And now they're all trying to take the Donbass, which they basically control the Donbass region, I believe. Or the two regions they wanted to take over. So they basically control the region at this point, and Crimea. And now they're kind of like stuck in this weird land war where they can't really do anything. Nobody's really advancing other than the Ukrainians. So who fucking knows? No, he laid the foundation before going over, not some random girl. That is the way to go. To be honest, yeah, I would agree. If you're gonna geomax, I would probably set your location status over there and then talk to a girl over there and see if she wants to meet you or not. I honestly, I had a friend. He went to the not a friend, I guess, but a guy I know who went to the Philippines and found a wife. So for a white dude, Southeast Asia still works pretty well. For black men, I would assume South America works pretty well, and then for I don't know where I guess Asians just go for white chicks. I have no clue with the K-pop pill, the K-pop pill. Use the K-pop meme as the as your way into the white woman. I guess I don't know. Buddy boys, what's up, buddy boys? What's up, Finley? How you doing, buddy? Each side is just fighting with artillery. Yeah, this war's so weird, dude. Tales from the Inkwell. I heard he looks like Mr. Bean, and I always thought that Asia was his best hope. Well, yeah, for some men, you do what you got to do, right? You can't just stay where you are and rot in your own fucking as Drog said, or as Saint Hamudi said, your own incel cinematic universe. You really do gotta like do something with your life. If you're gonna like live your life the whole way through and not give up and self delete, you might as well do something. And if that means going to another country to find a wife and make a new life for yourself, you might as well do that instead. Because the West has nothing for anybody really at this point. The West is so fucking degenerate. It's not even funny. Sometimes the West doesn't have anything. The West has a lot of resources and money, but like you use the West as a money bank, and then you leave. That's the way I view it. That's the way the Drogs said to do it, and that's the way I view it at this point too as well. The West. I mean, I'm not saying the West is all bad. The West has so much stuff like the rights and values that we all have come to love and admire. But my God, dude, like the culture's just so fucking shitty, dude. Culture's just so shitty. What's up, Tails? Yo, what's up? Let's see. Geomax to the afterlife is my best hope, boys. Man, this can't be that fucking bad for you, dude. You can find somewhere to go to, right? I got his back. I'm partly funding his ascension trip. Oh wow. Yeah, I remember you said you would do that. You would help do that, so which is good. Isn't it your plan too, Charles, to go back to Asia or to go back to go to some Asian country after you make your money in America? Isn't that kind of your same plan? Everything is possible, bro. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. Emrios, brutal. Yeah, based. Brutal. Over. Yeah, it's over for some men, dude. Haven't talked to a medic in a while. Is he feeling less depressed with his life now that he's found a wife, or not a wife but a girlfriend? I hope he is. I hope that meme is true, where it's like it makes your life a little bit more enriched. Yep, I'm just stacking my bread for now. A few more years and I'll be 500K, enough to FU money to go anywhere. Yeah, well, that's pretty good. Just up your grind set, bro, Sella. Challenge or escape. Let's see. Your clip that Becky complaining that about Geomaxers is just amusing. They really just want to put us down at all costs. Yeah, dude. Like the only thing you need to know about the way women feel about men is to look at their reaction to that article by that guy named Matos, who did the article about lonely single men, and look at their reaction to that. Their reaction to that video or to that article was not one of like a sympathy or a love or support. It was one of like contempt and a celebration, and yeah, they were celebrating that. Oh, men are single. Wow, good for us, girl. We're causing a bunch of men to man up now, and it's like, dude, men aren't manning up. They're leaving and they're going somewhere else to find better options. And I think that geomancing is going to be the way of the future, dude. Where hell, you might even see more immigration coming into this country just via that. You know, assuming you or hell, you're better off, honestly, like you're better off leaving the country and not bringing her back. But it doesn't really matter to me what you do, as long as you're not dating a westernized woman, dude. You're basically kind of good to go at this point. I'm praying I'll be able to crypto max to 50K, then we'll off passive. Damn, 50K is not that much money. At least to me it isn't, I guess. But never get up, Meeks. Yeah, dude, never get the fuck up, dude. Still have hundreds of TikTok clips on private about that. Just fucking laugh. Dude, what the fuck? Thanks for the encouragement the other day, Drolix. Let's see. We got Frog, we got Drink, we got Smoke. How you doing, Stu? I always you, Stu. We got 14 viewers in here for fucking what? Who fucking knows, dude? Yeah, I tried to get a Vanta Blackpill on my stream at one point, but he lives in the UK, so I couldn't really get him on, which sucks. So I got to find a better time to talk to this guy. I tried to join one of the streams too, but he wouldn't let me join. So, or he ended up ending it pretty soon, so I couldn't join a stream. If you haven't watched these Sexual Utopia and Power videos, they're really good. I'm gonna probably play one. The announcer is kind of annoying, but not the announcer, but the guy's kind of annoying. But other than that, it's pretty good clips. It's only 9 p.m. in the UK, so time is not that off. Yeah, I don't know. He said he would be asleep at the time I typically stream, so I figured why not. I need my 10 cc of copium based. I'll drink to that. Oh yeah, I didn't read your comment here. What's up, buddy boy? Oh yeah, yep. I'll keep trying to lean max and ascend. We must encourage each other to taste some of that sweet life fuel. Yeah, dude. Life fuel is what obviously keeps you alive at the end of the day. If you don't have any life fuel in your life to keep you going, you're gonna end up fucking self-deleting really early on in life, dude. Sometimes it's like a little thing like having a good meal or just working out or losing 10 pounds or you know, just the small things keep you alive. You know, I was at an event this past weekend and I kept getting asked, "Oh, where's your girlfriend at? Well, why aren't you married yet?" Blah blah blah. And this is a lot of pressure from a lot of women really asking me this question, and it's like, I don't really have a response to give them other than I can't find a wife or I can't find a girl who's worthy to be a wife or a girlfriend or something like that. Like a lot of the girls just ran through. A lot of them don't want to talk to me. You know, I'm probably I'm balding. You know, it's got that problem going on. Even if I cover it up, it still has to be talked about at some point. You know, there's a whole bunch of problems that a whole bunch of reasons why I'm in this predicament. So, and on top of that, I'm not nearly as lean as I used to be. So I got to fucking lose some weight. So yeah, dude, this is what it is, dude. Anything interesting to rant about today? Not really. But yeah, I mean, as you get older, dude, especially you as you Zoomer Trader. I'm not sure how old you are, Zoomer Trader, but depending on how old you are, People will ask you. I'm 30 years old. Somebody asked that later on, but I'm 30. People ask you all the time, like, when are you getting married? When are you having kids? When are you doing this? When are you doing that? I'm looking at them like, what? Especially because like it feels like the women just expect like the women, because women have it so easy, they just expect you to be like, oh yeah, just go there and find a way for a girlfriend. And it's like, okay, dude, it's not that easy, dude. Sometimes it requires you to go somewhere else and find a wife, or go somewhere else to find a girlfriend or a wife, or someone who's worthy to be plus one. Going down with the ship, 6'4", white, athletic with blue eyes and no balding isn't enough anymore. No way. 6'4", white, athletic with blue eyes and no balding isn't enough anymore. What are you talking about? How's that possible? What do you even do with this? Like, I don't even know what to tell you, dude. That's sad. If you can't find anything with those stats, unless you're like extremely ugly, like a 2 out of 10 or some shit, dude. But yeah. Another well-known right cell is trying to seriously ascend after Mehdi and Dusty Jones. He quit the all black hole service and is really trying now. We must encourage each other. Was it what's his name? Was it Big Mac Sergey? He hasn't been on here in a while. Actually, I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he looks pretty good though. I've only seen one. I've seen one picture of the guy. He looks pretty good. I think he can make it for two. Actually, make it out of here too. Honestly, I think he can make it. With knowledge and encouragement, how old are you already? I answered that question already. There's just a lot of nationalistic black pillars who all understand why copes aren't needed. There's no shame in it. I think they think copes are pathetic. Copes are what they are. There are good copes, there are bad copes, there are in between copes, and you do what you got to do to live with your life, and hope that you make it to the end of your life in a happy way. But yeah. You know it's over for you when they stop asking, so you have that going for you. Yeah, nobody ever asked my older brother if he has a wife or girlfriend. Nobody even expects him to have a wife or girlfriend, but because I guess it's because I'm pretty overall I'm pretty successful. I have a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but I do pretty well for myself with money wise. I have a decent car, I have my own house. Not a house, I have a condo. I have my own stuff. I have my own I have a job. I'm not bad looking. You know, I get matches on Hinge just about all the time. You know, I'm tall. I have all these things going for me, but people still. I guess maybe that's why people ask. It's like, well, how are you still single? And it's like, well, you don't know. Like, how could you not be in this era of like I could easily just go for a fat chick and find a wife. It's not even that hard. Go for a fat chick, make her not a wife but a girlfriend or something like that. I could easily just go for a fat chick and call it a day and go from there. But yeah. Do you actually plan on getting married though? I don't. I want to be married. I don't know if I would ask to get married. I don't know. I feel like it'd be better to just like shack up with somebody, just live together but not be married. I don't know. This is the person would even go for that though. I'm not even sure though. I keep going. I go back and forth in my mind about whether or not I want to be married or not. And it kind of comes down to like, the laws are not in my favor. The women are not in my favor. There's nothing in my favor when it comes to marriage for men. So like, why would you want to be married? But at the same time, though, I've been like raised in this, you know, traditionalist way to where I actually kind of feel like marriage is like a requirement now. Urban Tank probably lives in Europe. Oh well, I don't care about people's expectations. Why force yourself to marry a roasty for other people's validation? Yeah. You need good looks to experience good youth. It certainly helps a lot. Yeah. Just overdose on copium, bro. Yeah, dude. Overdose on pure unadulterated copium, my dudes. Hello, fellow rejects. How you doing, buddy? We're gonna play a few clips from the Sexual Utopia and Power video. It's pretty good video. There's no videos, the audio. Let me do this quick clip. This dude here literally predicts like so much. It's not even a prediction. He literally just like basically says like what the problem is, and it's the exact same problem we're having now that he described it 10 years ago. Here we go. Let's do this clip. 3, 2, 1. There's no if you let me know if you guys can hear this or not.
I'm joined here with Roger Devlin.
Can you guys hear that? It's Roger Devlin. This guy named Devlin who does a pretty good job on his Let me put the audio down on that a little bit because it's kind of loud. Put it down just a smidge. Here we go.
So I guess for the second part, I'd like to talk about your essay, and this is written a while back. It's the one,
Yeah.
Sexual Utopia and Power.
Maybe I could actually transition into this by pointing out one thing, another point that came up in my review. Murray notices that there's been a large increase in single motherhood and also a large decrease in male industriousness. Men who in the past would have been working to support a family now work part-time, don't bother to get married. And Murray says he can't figure out why this is happening. On this particular point, I think I know. I think I can explain why it's happening. When the sexual revolution occurred, people did not take female sexuality into account. It's a subject that people don't like to discuss, even when they do know about it. We all know that women prefer marrying men who can support them. In the past, the laws and the economy, American economy, was arranged in such a way as to produce men who could support a woman at home raising children. It was called the family wage.
Yeah, this family wage thing is something that's really been on my mind for the last few days. I'm like, wow. See, we went from a society where like people were literally like, where not people, but where like society literally arranged itself to where like having families was really like part of the whole goal. That having a wife and having a husband and wife couple together with two or three kids was the ideal. And the society's economy worked for the people instead of working for itself, or instead of working for the 1%. It worked for the overall the majority of people instead of working for the small number of people. So like this is a much different economy than we live in now, which is the problem. This is why I always say that this issue of incelism, or even not even just incelism, really, at the end of the day, this issue of like demographic decline and incels and TFL and dudes failure to launch and all this stuff, it's all connected. Like the economy is connected to the people, which is connected to the government, which is connected to the sexual marketplace, which is connected to the whether or not there's gonna be kids or not. So it's all connected together at the end of the day. So like family wage dude is like really like that's some like stuff I didn't even really consider, honestly. Like I was like, okay, that makes sense, but like damn, I'm surprised I didn't like think of that, honestly. So yeah, here we go.
System. Employers didn't like it. Employers wanted what they call equal opportunity for women, and the government didn't like it because they would prefer to have women working so they can tax their earnings. But it held the American family together for a long time. Since the 1960s, the opening of the workplace to women has brought in, of course, a whole lot of new competition for men. It essentially doubled the
Ooh, can you guys hear the audio anymore? I can't tell if the screen share went off again. I think the screen share stopped. Give me a sec. Let me do the screen share over again. Screen share screen, audio cut out a little bit. Let me see if it does it again.
That's right, low wages.
You guys hear that? What, the stream died or what? Am I still here? Oh, it's good now. Okay, good.
They understood that having women work was going to lower wages all around by greatly increasing the supply of labor. And by lowering men's wages, it made men less attractive to women. So what I see happening is not men mysteriously retreating from marriage, as Murray puts it, but rather women refusing to marry men who earn less than they do on their.
Yeah, this has been talked about to death, but just to drive the point home again, is that yeah, it literally does come down to female choice. It comes down to women choosing not to marry men. It comes down to women not needing men anymore. Like I said, I've said this a million times now, but for the vast majority of human history, women were not really attracted to beta males or to lesser men. You know, the men who aren't at least 7 or 6 out of 10 in looks level. They weren't really attracted to those men. They needed those men to survive, so they would tolerate those men, have their kids just to have a good life, just to have a decent life with a man who can have their own income. Now that women have their own income, now every woman can basically behave in any way they want to behave now because they no longer have to deal with a man they don't actually care about. So, in some way, that's Albert Wesker just said here. In some ways, it's a wigtow. It's wigtow. It's the real meme, not MGTOW. Honestly, dude, here's the real scary meme. Honestly, dude, I went and saw now that YouTube is forcing you to show your subscriber count. Dude, I saw Sandman's channel. He only has 198,000 subscribers, dude. I'm like, what in the fuck? I thought he had way more than that. And, like, that just goes to show you, man, that like MGTOW's dead. MGTOW is so fucking dead, dude. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, dude. But either way, let's keep going. Women, wig Todd. Women going to own dogs.
Their own. That's what you get when you replace the family wage system with a system of equal pay for equal work. You get single mother.
It has massively affected families and overall stress too. Also, mystery. Sure, they have their own income, but they don't think a lot of them aren't fulfilled from it. But don't you think a lot of them aren't fulfilled from it? I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't know. I don't have any data to back this up. But what I do know is that all that matters is that they have their own ability to avoid men that they otherwise would have had to have dealt with. So, like, yeah, of course, like it might have destroyed the family, it might have destroyed all this stuff, but women don't seem to care about that. All they care about is the fact that I get to fuck Chad now, or I get to fuck Chad Light, or get to fuck Tyrone Light, or get to fuck High True Normie tonight, or fuck some attractive men that I'm actually attracted to, and I no longer have to fuck unattractive men anymore. That's all they really care about. That's all it really comes down to. I don't think they care about society at all, truth be told. I think they care far more about themselves because they're solipsistic. So they don't care about society. They care about themselves, which is fine, but there are consequences for that too as well. And keep in mind, this, what the fuck, Grifting Ape only had 80K. He claimed to have way more than that. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, dude. So many of these streamers are being forced to show their, guys are being forced to show their subscriber count is so fucking low. I couldn't even believe. I thought they would have way more than that for being on YouTube for so many years, but
And you get men who really, if they're not in the top half of the bell curve in intelligence or ability, they cannot reasonably expect to make enough money to support a family anymore. And really, that's the whole point of having a good economy. That it's to allow men to support families.
And I guess, and the other issue was the jobs that, like the industrial jobs, have been decimated, which overwhelmingly was a male-dominated industry.
That's right. The opportunities now are in fields where women even have something of an advantage. It's, sit-down work, entering data, or working in front of a computer. It's for ordinary people. That's where the money is, not in something like construction or things that require upper body strength. So, yes, the value of specifically male labor, of the kind of labor that men are good at, has been undermined by the economic and social revolution of the past generation or two.
So one thing you get started is you talk about how the sexual revolution got started on the college campuses, and you talk about the birth control and the promiscuity, and you quote something that Paul Craig Roberts noted when he was a professor.
Yes, the general understanding is that men don't get married because they get so much sex nowadays. I actually do not believe that there is more sex available to men today than...
Yeah, he's not wrong here at all. There is not more sex available to most men. There's more sex available to a top percent of men, but not to most men. I think he even goes in on that topic as well, actually, truth be told. So
there was before the sexual revolution. What I see happening is a redistribution of the supply of sex.
There you go. Yeah, he describes it right here, dude. A redistribution of that shit, dude. Shit's unbelievable.
Monogamy.
And keep in mind, this was like 10 years ago. This guy is describing all this stuff. It was 10 years ago, and he's describing it all perfectly, dude. He's describing it all perfectly, dude. Can you put a link to the Discord, to the podcast in the Discord? It's not even a full podcast, actually. It's like a partial of it, dude. But I can put it in Discord. I mean, there's 2 parts to it. I'm gonna play both parts in the stream, but I watched the Hoover Institute demographics pill video. That was a good video. That was a really good video. What did you think of that video? It was good, right? Every time Fresh and Fit brings up 30% of men are sexless statistic, the girls on the strength show can't believe it. Yeah, because they live lives fucking like they're fucking like full of sex and access, dude. They have no clue what it's like to actually live a life of a celibacy or something like that. They never had to. Why are you not working? Are you streaming during work? No, dude. I'm not even at work anymore. I'm done. I'm done with work right now. I am done with work. I go to work early in the morning, and I leave really early, so I got to have work super early in the morning. That thumbnail was brutal, dude. It's fucking rough, dog. Don't get me wrong. I saw that fucking meme, dude. I'm like, oh shit, this is the new thumbnail, dog. It's already in the Discord. The links, yeah, they're all in the Discord too as well. If you're in my Discord, the links are in the Discord chat. Either way, let's keep going with this video.
Is an egalitarian mating system. It assures that
I've heard some of the men game bloggers even call it sexual socialism in a sense.
Well, yeah, I guess, although it's the foundation of our civilization. It's not analogous to economic socialism. Christian civilization is based on monogamy, on the idea of getting a woman for every man and a man for every woman. When monogamy breaks down, what happens is not an increase in the total supply of sex, but a redistribution of it toward the top end, so that only the most wealthy and powerful.
I mean, this is 10 years ago, but it's the same shit going on for 10 fucking years, and nobody seems to care, like, at all. Like, from a social policy standpoint, nobody cares. Have you seen MHD's recent videos? Manosphere Daily Highlights Daily, right? The last 2 were excellent. Girls on their said, I like nice guys, but there are no attractive nice guys. Yep, because like the reality of the situation is that the incel has to be kind of nice to get a woman, to even get a woman in the room. The high tier normie has to be somewhat nice to get a woman in the room. The normie has to be somewhat nice to get a woman in the room, because he has to be somewhat servile to her, because he's in a weaker position than she is. But the Chad or the Chad Light doesn't have to be nice. Chad can behave any way he wants to behave because he's in a more powerful position than she is, even. So that's why nice guys are not attractive, because that's why attractive men don't have to be nice anymore. Because like, why the fuck would you have to be nice when you can just do whatever you want? Like your odds of finding that's not to say Chads can't be nice, but your odds of finding a nicer Chad are a lot lower than finding a nice normie or something like that, because normies are gonna be more servile than that. So, all right, let's keep going.
Powerful men can get women, and in fact, not only do they get them, they get a lot of them. They get the women who would have been marrying ordinary guys before under a system of monogamy. And this is something that is just left out of most conservative discussion of the sexual revolution. Nobody wants to deal with the reality of female hypergamy. There is an increase in the amount of sex available to a certain number of men, but it's a small minority of men. It's not men in general. For most men, there is a decrease availability of mates.
So what I want to say is the only people talking about it really are I guess some of the as I said, those game bloggers.
They'll teach you more about what's really going on than all the right-wing condemnation of predatory men you find in the traditional conservative magazines and websites.
Exactly. The social conservatives, they're just oblivious. I don't know why they're so oblivious to it. They seem to focus mainly on the abortion issue and the homosexual issue.
Yeah, conservatives don't actually care about this issue, truth be told. I mean, they're not your friends either when it comes to being an incel or being someone who's like who's not into the establishment shit. Either way, conservatives don't care either. At the end of the day, they're just going to use you the same way the left is going to use you. The both sides of the argument blame men for the issue of being sexless or being quote unquote losers in this economy, or being losers in the sexual marketplace. Neither side cares about men. So that's what you have to. That's the only conclusion you can come to at that point. Neither side actually cares about men. They care about fucking either I'm going to end it there. Neither side cares about men. They care about what men can do for them. They want you back on the self-improvement treadmill forever and ever and ever, running on their treadmill, doing what they tell you to do, so they can make more money off your ass, dude. They don't have to care about you at all, though. They don't care about you at all. Sounds like some CST focus shit. This was this guy's name is Roger Devlin, Devlin, Devlin. I found this stuff on a whim on YouTube out of nowhere, and I kind of just like. Ben Shapiro is my wife is a doctor. Yeah. Conservatives, for the most part, are the ones ascending in the current society. I think the rich, wealthy, stable ones never experience negative impacts, so they don't care. They don't want to care either. They don't want to care either, truth be told. They don't care. The reality is that if things aren't affecting you, then you typically don't care about them, because like, why the fuck would you? It's not affecting you. Conservatives care about money and status. Voters are beta bucks and conservatives. Yeah. Yep. I want to listen to the full interview. Play the Giovanni Donato. I'm not sure if I like that video too much. That other one, I know, even though I did play it already, but I've played it before, but not even played it on the stream yet. But I played it. It's not nearly as good as the Devlin stuff is, in my opinion. But
right. I think that part of the reason is generational. A lot of these older men simply do not know the situation that younger men are facing. The people writing for Chronicles are people who grew up in the South in the 1960s, before the culture had been entirely subverted. And I think that many of them imagine that the girls today are pretty much the same as the girls that they grew up with at that time. They don't realize the extent to which ordinary women have been influenced by sexual liberation,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I've been trying to hammer into the heads of my community for a while now, is that culture fucking matters. What your people believe matters. This is why I harp on about God a little bit here. Like, we're going to harp on about God. Well, whether or not God's real or not is irrelevant to my thought experiment here. But the reality is that if people truly believed that God existed, they would behave as if God existed. If that makes any sense. Like, if you truly believe that God existed, you would pray every night. You would do things. You would do the little rituals. You would pray the rosary. You would behave in a chaste way. You would behave in a moral way, the way the Bible said you're supposed to behave. But because like we've lost that, it's gone. So just to make another we can just not look at the religious aspect of it again. We can look at something else. Like, do you truly believe that free speech was important? You would do anything to defend it. We'll use a non-religious example here, because religion gets a bad rap anyway in my community as it is. So if you truly believed free speech was good, you would defend it. But if our society keeps walking all over free speech rights, keeps crapping over free speech rights, it doesn't really believe in that principle anymore. It means that your society is declining in some small ways, because you've gone from your first initial principle of free speech is a good thing to now free speech is a bad thing. The culture has changed. Now, what changed the culture is what matters here. Like, what caused the change in culture? Was it just a matter of changing morals, or standards were changing, or was it a revolution that happened? What changed the morals? But all you need to know is that people's standards and the standards that we hold people to matter. The culture matters. What people believe matters. If women believe that being a boss bitch is more important than having a wife, more important than being a wife and being a wife and having kids, then you should expect women to behave as if being a boss bitch is more important than being a wife and having kids. Like it doesn't matter how much money you throw at the problem. It doesn't matter how much resources you throw at the problem. It doesn't matter what you do. If the people don't believe that what you're giving them is a good thing, they're going to buck the system. That they're going to do the exact opposite of what you want them to do. So, like, it doesn't matter how much money you throw at the problem. Again, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter what you do. The culture is what's causing, in my opinion, is one of the prime movers of this problem. The culture changed the people, or rather the people changed, and then the people's culture changed, and then the societal shit happened after the fact. So like what you're seeing now here is a culmination of sexual revolution changes, Cold War changes, 9/11 happened, that changed the culture as well. When it comes to dating and mating, men's standards on porn changed, the society standards on sexuality changed. Our morals are changing now. We have this trans stuff now, so you have LGBT XYZ stuff everywhere. So like the culture is changing now. So like the reality is that what people believe to be true is far more important than what actually is true. Like there's what's true from an objective standpoint, and then there's what's true for intents and purposes. For all intents and purposes, as of right now, children are allowed to pick their own gender. Like this is normal now. This is considered to be normal. Children are allowed to pick their own gender. Children are allowed to have their own sexual experiences, stuff like that. It doesn't matter that what's true is that there's only a male and female. That doesn't matter anymore at all. Intents and purposes is what truly matters. And in that, if you can control the intent for what people believe for intents and purposes, you can control what they're going to do. Been a while, my dude. Have you heard the good news? American black pill has ascended. He's gone to Southeast Asia with Thailand. He's ascended, my dude. And we have Dusty Jones ascended as well. We have another dude trying to ascend. People are ascending over the place in the black pill community, my dude. People are making out of here, dude. So yeah, all I'm trying to get at here is that culture fucking matters. All I'm trying to get out of here. Let me keep going though.
Cosmopolitan magazine and by feminist ideology. Women are not born marriageable. They have to be raised in a certain way.
Yep, he hit the nail on the head there, dude. That's something I've been going on for a long time about now. Now that women are no longer trained to be wives. They're no longer trained to be mothers. Even you might think that being a mom is a biological drive, and somewhat it is, but there are some things that women can teach other women about being mothers, and that's no longer being taught now. They're being taught to go to college. They're being taught to stay in school and to have sex with whoever they feel like having sex with, and to take birth control, and all this stuff has shaped women to be the women they are today. This is all that is happening here. This is a culmination of factors that lead you to be the person you are today. I'm not saying you can't hate women or blame women. I'm not saying you should hate women at the end of the day, but the reality is that we are where we are because the culture changed. We are where we are because standards changed. We are where we are because of the influence of others of the media on women and men to some extent. This is what it comes down to.
They have to be prepared for marriage from an early age, and that's no longer being done. Basically, women are being prepared to be anything but a wife and a mother. And women are given to understand very clearly that being a mother and being a wife means being a loser. It's something for women who are not good enough to do anything else, who are not intelligent enough to do anything else, which of course leads to dysgenic fertility.
And also, I guess the men see that. What would you say about the reason? I guess men are less interested in marriage as well.
Well, they're not interested in marrying women who have been pursuing alpha males for 10 years and have slept with half a dozen of them. This is
half a dozen, dude. That's a low number nowadays, dude. This dude is he's talking small potatoes at this point, dude. Half a dozen. That's all he has to say. Nah, dude, it's way more than that, dude. Nah, dog. Who is the guy talking? It's Roger Devlin on a podcast by this guy. It's called Sexual Utopia and Power. I posted the whole podcast in the the whole video in the chat up in the chat earlier, but someone else can post it later on, I guess. So yeah, let me going.
The point that Paul Craig Roberts made. If you ask men why they don't want to get married, they don't say that the availability of sex outside marriage makes marriage unnecessary. What they say is that they don't want to marry easy women. It's getting very difficult. Cosmopolitan magazine is the biggest selling item in college bookstores now. That's what young women are reading. Because women are never really promiscuous in the literal sense of the word. Promiscuity means mating indifferently or mating at random. That's what people thought was going to happen when the sexual revolution occurred, that women were just going to be mating with everybody. It's never true. They mate with the most attractive men. And this is
Dude, he just blew out the whole, like, just blew it all up there, dude. Oh my god, they mate with the most attractive men. It's true. If women are given the option, the freedom to pick, they're gonna pick, like, just like anything, honestly. If men are given the option to pick two cars, most men are gonna pick, especially if the car's free. Well, they're gonna pick the fastest car, right? They're gonna pick the faster, more impressive car, right? Well, it goes for women too. If women are given the option between a Beta Billy or Chad Thundercock, they're gonna pick Chad Thundercock every time, because, well, why the fuck would you risk having a kid with Beta Billy? Now, unless Beta Billy's a multi-millionaire, but even then, she might, for a one night stand, you might still pick Chad because Chad's a more fun guy. Like, that's what it comes down to, dude. They care far more about fucking Chad Cock and getting rented by Chad because they have the ability to fucking to pick Chad now. Back in the day, they didn't have that option. They had to pick around their community. They had to pick around their town. They had to pick around their friends. They had to pick from a friend's friend. They had to pick from their community at the end of the day. You know, nowadays, dude, you can go on Tinder or Instagram and get hit up by every dude in the fucking tri-state area, and you're wondering, well, I got all the options now. I'm gonna pick the best out of the bunch. Well, of course, you're not gonna get a lot of you're not gonna get a lot of children out of that system, and B, you're also not gonna get a lot of marriage out of the system either, because, like, once again, what incentive does Chad have to fucking have to pick you know, Becky when he can get Stacy tomorrow night? He doesn't have to pick Becky. He can bang Becky out that night, go pick up Stacy next week and go date Stacy instead. He doesn't have to pick Becky, but, like, Becky's now alpha widowed, or one want to call it, and she now thinks she's a 10 out of 10 because she got to smash Chad one night, and now she thinks she's better than her counterpart. So, yeah, dude. One night with Chad is worth more than a life with Brad. Yep. Yeah. Based Beta Billy. Yeah, dude. Beta Billy, dude. Visionary man, so it's not framer being authentic alphas.
This is exactly what you see in primate packs among gorillas and gibbons. The females try to mate at the top of the pack with the alpha male, and the men are access to women, and it makes.
And what are we seeing now? You're seeing hyper competition amongst men now. Men are now fucking breaking their own fucking bones to have sex with women now. They're now fucking becoming taller. They're starting breaking their fucking femurs and shit to get taller to date women. They're fucking competing themselves out of the market. They're doing more extreme tasks to attract women. They're rioting in the streets back during the BLM protests to attract women. They're doing crazier and crazier shit to attract women at the end of the day. People are literally renting out private jets to attract women. They're on Instagram flexing their money out to attract women, dude. You can see the competition ramping up every fucking year. What do you think a status maxing is? What do you think any sort of maxing is? You're increasing your rate, your looks level, or your status amongst other men in comparison to other men. Therefore, you look better by comparison. All it is like, even all the maxing talk we talk about is still feeding into hypergamy. It's still feeding into female validation. It's all still the same shit. Yeah, I didn't watch this full video yet, but I heard about this video. On the MHD video, there's the 18-year-old girl trying to rationalize her role as a 6'5" Division I baseball player. Chad side piece. Yeah, dude.
It may be possible to run a baboon pack that way, but it's not possible to run a civilized country that way.
That's part 1 of the video. I'm going to play part 2 as well. Let me pull up part 2. Sexual Utopia and Power, Roger Devlin.
A civilized country.
All right, here we go. Where'd it go? Hold on.
Depends on how children are raised, and the way for children to be properly raised is in a stable family with one mother and one father.
So there's the practical side of it. Obviously,
And the scary part is we don't even agree on that anymore. We used to agree with that. That was like the gold standard of like having a family. Nowadays, like, well, families can exist in any shape and form now. Children don't necessarily need a mother and a father. They need support around them. They don't really need a mother and a father though. And it's like we don't even agree on that anymore. That used to be like a gold standard of lifestyle, whereas like a nuclear family used to be the gold standard. Now it's like, well, any family formation can go now. We don't really care about family formation anymore. Anything can happen now, dude. So. Well, we are competing ruthlessly for Becky's are competing ruthlessly to have some form of committed Chad. Yep. Sure should, dude.
Obviously, it's
you can think
immoral.
Of it. You can think of it this way. There's a certain trade-off between what anthropologists call mating effort and child-rearing effort. And under the system of hypergamy, or what you find among the lower primates, is that an enormous effort goes into mating and not so much effort goes into actually raising the children. The great discovery of monogamy made by human beings is that by getting everybody married at an early age and getting as many people married as possible through the system of monogamy, you give people more time to devote to raising their children. So the purpose of monogamy is not to make it hard for men to find sex. It's quite the opposite. It's to make it easy. It's to make mate seeking relatively easy.
Yeah, this is the way society used to run. Honestly, this is the way things used to be. You wouldn't have men if you were a male and you weren't married past like age 25. You were considered to be a weirdo. Now that's becoming like normal. Or now it's becoming a standard where it's like, oh, you're not married, well, whatever, dude. You'll figure it out one day. It's like still weird now. Like where it's like back in the day that was considered to be like a horrible thing. Like you're single, even for women, it was even worse, dude. Like it's the reality. So.
In order to leave people time for the more serious business of raising their children and transmitting a culture.
So you're saying it's a bad deal for the men, so a lot of the men choose to stay single, but what ends up happening to the men when they get older under the system?
Well, it's actually easier for men when they get older, I think, than women. You see, in early adulthood, the women have it all over the men. Women have control the supply of sex. Men are the ones who want it. So the power is very much on the side of the women. Over time, that changes. Men's earning power increases as they get older. They may actually be much more attractive as mates at the age of 40 than they are at 20, while women, of course, entirely lose their sexual attractiveness during the same period. So what you get is a funny kind of, I call it the revenge of the nerds. The women essentially waste their power. They use it to make.
The reality of the situation, though, is that are women wasting their power? Are the once again like, is it really a waste of power if you never intended to have kids to begin with? If you don't care about having kids or being a wife, you don't really care if you wait till you're fucking 35 to have kids and a family because that's not your priority. Is it really losing if your intention was to be this late in life anyway, having kids? Like, does it really matter to you? I don't know. Like, it's a loss for society, but is it really a loss for women? I don't know. I don't know if it's really a loss for women. Does it really count as a loss for women if they never intended to even have kids at age 25 or age 35, like or something like that, or not 35, but age 25? They don't care about that at all, dude. Like, is it really a loss? I don't know. And then even this idea that men are going to be happy in the long run, or yeah, I'm sure they're going to have some men who make it big and they have a bunch of money in their 50s. They're going to be a hot commodity. But most men age too. Most men age like shit. We all go bald. We get fatter. We don't look nearly as good as we did in our 20s and 30s. So the reality is that most men are not going to be benefiting from the old age pill. It's still going to be the top few men who are going to benefit from that system anyway. So like this is the kind of part where I think he's coping a little bit, where it's like, well, men will men will have an advantage in their 50s. Like, yeah, but who wants to be in their 50s having kids? Who wants to be in their 50s fucking trying to hit up an 18-year-old? I don't know. It somehow fucking seems weird to me, dude.
With alpha males who don't need to marry them, and they despise all the men who would be willing to marry them. But then in the end, over time, they're the ones who lose out. The men become often very affluent. If you don't have to support a wife and children, you can save a lot of money. You can do quite well for yourself. And in the long run, I think men don't need marriage as much as women do. But it's something that
even here, I disagree from partially here. Like men, especially in today's day and age, what we're seeing now is that men just don't have any friends, don't have any companionship, dude. Like being lonely is a fucking killer, dude. It's a killer of people. And I think that men are maybe underestimating how much they need a companion. I guess maybe having a dog is good enough for some men, but I don't know. I feel like the human aspect of life makes things so much easier to deal with when you have a companion with you versus when being alone your whole fucking life and just dying in your big ass house with your dog or your cat eat your fucking face off or some shit, dude. Doesn't seem like a very 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 positive way to go out, in my opinion. But who knows?
That only appears with time. And that's why you get these shrewish women in their 30s who hate all men. They can't figure out why they can't get a man to commit. Well, it's because they made improper use of the power which nature gave them in the early part of their life.
So they kind of screwed up, but I guess the sexual power they had when they were young it's kind of overwhelming that they couldn't think rationally. But I guess a lot of the men sort of have kind of Schadenfreude once they see what happens. Exactly.
Yes. I'm told that there's a certain class of successful men who find themselves being pestered.
Yeah, a certain class. Notice how he had to say a certain class of men. It wasn't just all men were successful in their 50s. It was a certain class of men. Probably the most attractive men, the men who kept up with their bodies and their minds. They're pretty sharp still. They're pretty attractive looking still. Those men might have their pick of the litter in their 50s, but not most men, though. Most men are going to end up being bald and fat, and a dick don't fucking work anymore. You can't fucking get it up anymore. Shit like that. That's what's going on. Like, that's what's really going on. This idea of like every man's gonna fucking figure out in their 50s is fucking bullshit.
By aggressive dating services. It is women who pass up their chance to find a husband when they're young. They'll end up plowing thousands of dollars into these matrimonial services that claim they're going to find husbands for them. And wealthy and successful men will have their phones ringing off the hook with these dating agencies trying to fix them up with these stupid women who didn't get married when they had a chance to and are now angry and bitter.
And TV gives kind of like on Sex and the City, the main character, she actually gets married to a successful businessman at age 40.
Yes, yeah. You can't believe in television.
Truth be told, after a certain age, I would settle for this too, honestly. If having a better friends group, having more friends and having people in general around you, or having a better family or extended family group would be way more superior to me than having a wife who could take half your shit. Yeah, I would say this is could probably keep me alive longer than just having a wife or something like that. But yeah.
Television. There's a whole class of movies like this that show women behaving in the way their hormones drive them to behave very stupidly. And since it's a movie, since it's a work of fiction, they end up living happily ever after.
And you brought this up about societies that are polygamous, like Africa and the Islamic countries, and how those are very kind of barbaric societies.
Yes, certainly. Yes. Monogamy is as important as the wheel and fire in establishing our civilization. When monogamy goes, Western civilization goes.
And I think that's also, it's one of the main reasons our society is collapsing. I do think when you talk about the social conservatives, you're right about that it's an older generation. Maybe the younger generation of conservatives will see the light on this. They probably will.
Perhaps.
Some point.
Younger men just know more about raw female sexuality because they've actually experienced it. They've grown up with women who are not raised to become wives and mothers. I'm intrigued by the generation gap in the response to my own work. A lot of older men don't like it. And they call me a misogynist, and they just...
Notice the fucking flip here. I'll look at the flip here. You would think it would be older men who would have the this is something that Ice Cactus talks about a lot. Honestly, is that you would think older men would be giving you a better advice than younger men would, because like you would think the older men would just flat out know. Like older men, like men should know women like the back of their hand because you've been married to one. But the reality is that these older men have never had to really deal with like raw female hypergamy, unabated and uncontrolled. Never actually had to deal with it because they grew up in the 50s, they grew up in the 60s, where monogamy was still the fucking standard, and where sexual morals were still relatively intact, and old men have zero fucking clue what's going on in today's economy, and they keep telling men dumbass things like, "Oh, the white one will show up one day, buddy boyo," or you'll just keep working hard, buddy. You'll get there, dude, or some shit like that, dude. It's always some fucking cuck shit, dude. It's always some bullshit. And these dudes, because of the environment they grew up in, they have zero clue what women are actually like, because they actually grew up around actual women who had actual freedom. Like, if you want to see what people are actually like, give them a bunch of power and see what they do with it. That's the real measure of a person. It's not the bullshit where you have all this shit and put in front of you and you're safe. It's what people do when they have real fucking power. And when you give women sexual power, that's what happens, dude. It's what happens. This is where we are where we are at this point. What it comes down to. Old men are cucks for their daughters. Absolutely, they fucking are, dude. They're like, my daughter would never be a whore. It's like, yeah, dude, you don't know your daughter too fucking well, then, dog. Old men don't know their wives, but their personal trainers and pool boy probably do. Well, yeah, dude, probably. Was talking to my boomer dad about this era. He agreed he probably would have been in jail for the stuff he did in the women in the 70s. Yeah, dude, probably. Yep, just another nervous, horny guy. Boomer men voted for Hillary. Yeah, they did. Boomer men, by and large, are still very liberal. At least maybe not in America. Actually, I'm not sure. Actually, maybe it is in America. Actually, but all I know is that if you look at the voting patterns in places like Sweden and France, it's the youth vote that's keeping the conservatives in power. In Sweden recently had an election where the conservatives won, actually, and the vote was by and large ran on age lines, where it's like a lot of young men and some young women voted for the Conservative Party, and a lot of older men voted for the Liberal Party. And it's like, okay, what the fuck? You saw, I think it happened in South Korea as well, where the young men voted in a conservative party. That happened in I think it happened in France. It was the exact opposite, where the old vote won out, and the old vote voted in Emmanuel Macron again, and Le Pen lost again. But Le Pen, by and large, got the I think she got the youth vote. So like you can see, even in politics, there's a huge divide in what the young people believe and what the old people believe. Think about it though. The old people, they grew up in an era of the 60s where the boomers, they all went to fucking they all went to the they all went to fucking the 60s had the sexual revolution, and all those boomer men grew up in that era and thought it was great. Well, of course it was great. It was a new thing. It was a whole new lifestyle that you can enjoy. You had a sexual revolution. So you can enjoy women of all tastes and flavors now. Well, at least all the boomer men who are attractive could anyway. So either way, all I'm trying to get at here is that these men grew up in a different era, and they have zero clue what it's like to actually be a man in today's era. So the advice they give you and the criticism they give you is complete bullshit. Oh, Woodstock, yeah.
I think a lot of them find it hard to believe that things could be as bad as I described them. Young men come up to me and say, "Thank you for explaining what I've seen with my eyes for my whole life, but I never had an explanation for before." They've seen the data, and they're ready for my explanation of what's happening. So, yes, I think the whole idea of conserving monogamy really is irrelevant now. Essentially, it has been destroyed, and we have to reestablish it from the beginning almost. And for that, I do believe my work will be more valuable than that of the conservatives who write about how sexual liberation allows men to prey upon innocent women. These people do not know what's going on.
social conservatives do is some of Bill Bennett is a good example, telling the young men to man up.
Oh yes, it's not going to work until it's something that it's easy to say because men.
And when you use the phrase "man up," like why is the phrase "man up" always used? But there's no like it's all stick and there's no carrot. It's all stick, no carrot. And like you're sitting here wondering, okay, like if I man up, what do I get? What do I get for manning up? Oh well, you get the fucking chance of getting a woman. You get the chance of making a bunch of money. Okay, no, like unless those odds are like 90 fucking 10 or some shit, dude, that's unbelievable, dude. Like, if my odds are pretty fucking high of those things happening to me, that's great. But like, if I'm just manning up for the chance of getting a wife and kids or having or the chance of I guess it's always been a chance, quote unquote. But the reality is that like back in the day, you had far more assurances of your success on you if you did the right thing versus today, where if you follow the boomer advice, you're gonna end up fucking alone in a bedroom apartment, dude. That's what's gonna happen to your ass. This idea of like conservative logic on like, oh, become a man, be a man for fucking what? Well, what does being a man get me nowadays? It doesn't get me anything. It doesn't get me a loving, faithful wife anymore. It doesn't get me kids anymore. It doesn't get me a job anymore. It doesn't get me a house anymore. It doesn't get me cheap food anymore. It doesn't get me entertainment anymore. It doesn't get me any of this stuff. Like I might as well just be as degenerate as the rest of society is, because like there's zero incentive for me to actually be a quote unquote good moral man, or to man up and be a good moral man and do the right thing and contribute to the system. There's zero incentive to.
Men are expected to be stoical and are expected to put up with a lot of hard work, a lot of pain and disappointment, but everyone has his limit. And if you read a book like Steve Baskerville's Taken into Custody, you'll see that men are being asked to accept things that are really unacceptable, and that over the long run you're not going to be able to get men to live with anymore. I think there is going to be a counter-revolution. It's gathering right now, and I hope that my own works are a part of it.
Yeah, your article, this essay alone, I think has had a huge influence on a lot of people, including myself.
By the way, now that I'm finished working on this book with Walter Kistler, I do hope to start a book on the subject of the sexual revolution and feminism.
Well, you absolutely have to, because no one's really written a book on the subject that really covers these issues. You definitely have to. But we're out of time, so I'd like to thank you for being on.
All right, I enjoyed it.
That's all we have for tonight, so take care, and we'll be back with you next time.
Yeah, that's the whole video. Hope you guys liked it. That was a good back and forth they had there. For honestly, it's probably one of the most insightful videos I've seen in a long time in the black pill sphere, in my opinion. And that video is 10 years fucking old, dude. 10 years fucking old. Dude's paying $150K to go from 5'5" to 5'8", but women will still see them as short. Yeah, dude, the fuck. Couldn't even believe that. I can't even believe I read that. Like, seriously, you're paying all that money to go from 5'5" to 5'8", dude. My God. The breakdown of the effort to reward ratio in order to put in energy into something that end product needs to be assured to be there. If there's a just a vague preach here, they're trying to preach a little bit. Dino conservatives treat their daughters like queens, and guys know to bow to them. F that. And guys need to bow to them. Oh man. Luckily, I'm 5'11". Height doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. I wore 3-inch lifts for a semester in college, and girls were like, "Oh my god, how tall are you?" Wow. You are pixelating mystery school. Probably am a little bit. Let's open the chat up real quick. I'll open the chat up for like a half hour. People want to talk about what it is talked about here. Wasn't sure. People want to talk or not about what it is. Talk about the video or something like that. We'll open the chat up a little bit, and then we'll for about a half hour. Then I head on off here and start doing some more studying, I guess. Look what they have done. Yeah, dude. Boomers, look what they did. Conservative, yeah. Black pill is so mainstream. There are so many guys electing for leg surgery. Let's check my head. Yeah, it's just unbelievable, dude. Conservative views are popular now because of demographics. As birth rates declining, there are more old men than babies. Yeah, and then you know what? What's going to be blamed on the reason why there weren't enough babies? It's going to be because men didn't man up. You're gonna see those headlines till you fucking die, dude. It's going to be because men didn't man up. That's what the mainstream headlines is going to be like. Oh, men didn't man up. Well, there aren't enough babies. Sorry. So yeah, sorry, dude. But maybe it's because women were a bunch of fucking unashamed whores who couldn't keep their fucking legs closed and weren't trained to be mothers. That's what really happened. But no one wants to talk about that at all, dude. So hey, my term is catching up. Oh, is it? On a side note, I'm 5'8", and I was 5'10" in shoes, and that's where 80% of women I walked past were at 5'8" in the UK, and they were still wearing lifts now. And they're just wearing lifts now. I know some of their shoes are literally that. Wow. Just man up, bro. Man up to what? Yeah, exactly, dude. Fudge boomers and their decaying Western degenerate empire, Thailand or Brazil. Based. Speaking of degeneracy, let's do a quick meme. We have a quick meme we can do here. In fact, we have a new intermemtion too, actually. Here we have our first roasty being shipped off to the Ukrainian front line. Probably not. Protesters at an unsanctioned rally against mobilization of reservists in Moscow are dragged off by Russian police officers. Look at this shit, dude. Russian police officers don't give a fuck, dude. They're like, yeah, I'm the state. Here we go. First roasty going off to war, dude. Here's something that'll make you guys feel really fucking good. Here we go. Here we have our average Twitch dot. Look at this money, dude. Look at this money. Do you think she's ever gonna have kids? Think this chick's ever gonna have kids, dude? No way. But yeah, this is all it takes, dude. Look at these fucking simps, dude. Look at all this simp money. Men literally paying money for porn. This is what happens, dude. This is what happens. According to women, every guy under 6 foot is the same height. Yep, short. That's what the height is. Height is short. I saw an article today about men fleeing Russia because they don't want to die for a country that doesn't care about them. I don't blame them, dude. I don't blame them fucking all, dude. I'd fucking run too. Mister, did you see the comment section of the thumbnail you posted? No, I didn't watch it. I didn't read it at all. What the hell is it like? Is it horrible? Wow, that is pathetic. This is pathetic. It's horrible, dude. Unbelievably fucking horrible, dude. Did you see IG is starting subscriptions? Oh my god, it's over, dude. It's over. IG is such a big platform, dude. It's over. It's over. All the money in the world, but no kids, yet the welfare breed like crazy. Yep. Yeah. They don't care, dude. When you have different priorities than having kids in a family, or you're never trained to have kids in a family, what do you expect to happen, dude? The comment section is just giving him blue pill cope and red pill gaslight as you'd expect. It might be getting old for you, honestly. Yeah, it might be getting old, dude. It's old, dude. When you read the comment section of anything where someone talks about their looks, talks about how short they are, dude. It's like unbelievable how fucking like blue pilled the fucking advice is, really, dude. Oh, dude, you're not short, bro. You're not short, bro. You're a short king, dude. You'll be fine, bro. Just go to hit the gym, dude. Hit the gym. That's a red pill gaslight and a blue pill culp right there, dude. Which comment section for thumbnail? I think it's the thumbnail for my use for the video or for the stream. To an extent, conservatives are the reason why we have a simp epidemic. If they just allow prostitution to happen, women's value wouldn't be so inflated. It's possible, yeah. Challenge or escape. Yeah, I would make you a mod, but you haven't been here long enough to be a mod yet. Makes no sense. I can only get a real life big booty thought if I pay for it. Yeah, dude. Been there, done that. Stealth for snuggles. Back in school, never seen the gender so segregated. Shaking my head. Wow. Accelerate. I would agree. Accelerate, dude. Might as well go straight on down the fucking rabbit hole, dude. Just fucking blow this motherfucker up, dude. Let it blow up. Just let it happen, dude. Remember when women used to smile? Yeah, that was back in the good old days. Now it's like you might get a fucking scorn on their face and shit like that. I see it when I'm out and about. Women only hang out with other women. Or chads. I thought I almost died in my dreams again. My fucking god, dude. Damn. You having dreams about your own fucking death? That's fucking scary, dude. Remember when women didn't think of looking at them for 2 seconds with sexual assault? Yeah. We got Drolix in the chat. What's up, Drolix? What's up, dude?
Yo. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you pretty good, dude. How you doing?
I'm just chilling. I'm actually working, but I figure I'll take a break. I was listening the whole time.
What'd you make of that 10-year-old video? Or 10-year-old podcast?
Yeah, no, I saw you post it, and I just didn't have time to watch them, or listen, I should say. But now that I've listened to it, it's like, holy shit, man. He pretty much predicted everything to a T.
Yeah, dude. Well, the reality is that everything he talked about was already happening. But everything that's happening then is happening now. It's the exact same problem for like 10 years, or even more than 10 years now. So
yeah, I mean, I would argue this shit probably goes way back, even as old as what do you call it, the Roman Empire and everything. It's like you give women more rights, more wealth, more shit. They're just gonna act hypergamous. It's gonna destabilize society, and yeah, there you go.
yeah, shit's really, really scary, honestly. This is like, it's not even scary, it's just sad. Like, the fact that we don't see the problem. The problem is right in front of our faces, but no one wants to see it because, like, nobody wants to, like, somehow hurt women or something like that. I don't know what's going on, but, like, nobody seems to care. Like, the birth rate could go down to 0, and people would be like, well, that's fine, dude, because women have choices now. It's like, okay, dude, like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like society does not seem to care about if men are suffering. Society's only answer to that suffering is man up. Figure it out, dude. You gotta fucking man up, bruh. You gotta fucking go to the gym, bruh. Meditate, bruh. Read Marcus Aurelius, bruh. It's like, okay, dude. Like,
Yeah,
that's not gonna solve my fucking problem. Like,
yeah, and this whole fucking man up thing is such fucking bullshit. Like, what the fuck are we getting in return? Nothing.
yeah.
You know? It's like Chad sloppy seconds and fucking trying to raise like some bastard kids. Like, fuck that. And beta bucks for like used up whore. Yeah,
Did you
and
watch
then
the demographic video I posted in the chat as well? Not the chat, but I posted in the Discord.
yeah, the Harvard one
Yeah, the Hoover Institute. Yeah.
or Hoover Institute. Yeah, No, I saw like the first 10 minutes and then I probably fell asleep, to be honest.
No, that's fine, dude. It's a pretty boring. It's a pretty like the talk's so like monotonous. It's kind of boring to listen to, but like the data he has though is so good, dude. It's such good data about like
Yeah,
like
I definitely have it bookmarked, and I have uh another fucking pretty based one. It's from the I forgot which institute, but it's a 32-page PDF outlining the future of the jobs and the upcoming, like, basically the demographic shitstorm. I mean, technically it's already fucking here, but it's based on projected employment, right? It's the demographics of the future of employment, nothing to do with the sexual marketplace and all that struggles. This is purely just on employment, and yeah, it's like another super black pill there. So I'll try and combine both and actually make probably a more lengthy 10-15 minute video, because like
yeah,
this shit takes forever to make, because you got to
absolutely. But
do
like
all the
yeah.
research and all.
Yeah, one of the most striking stats was the fact of the matter is that I think the male participation rate for labor is down to like it's lower than what it was during the Great Depression, which is fucking insane. So basically, like the prime working age male, which is I think is 25 to age 54, there's just flat out not enough men engaged in the system to keep the system running currently. So it's like unbelievable how bad the labor shortage is right now. And like it's just the fact of the matter that men just flat out aren't working. Like some men are flat out not working at all, which is fine by me to some extent. But yeah, it just goes to show you that like the incentives are not our incentive structure is so fucking fucked for men. It's not even funny. Like we expect men to just like bust their ass for fucking nothing, and then we expect them just to die, and then that's supposed to be the whole fucking the end all be all of their life. And it's like, dude, who the fuck wants to work for fucking nothing their whole fucking life then die? Like no one wants to do that.
Yeah, so I'll switch a little bit, but it's still related. So I was talking to, Medi a few nights in a row, but it's interesting to see, like, you've been on a dry spell for a decade and now you're drowning in pussy. It's like the mental shift, man. It's like
Yeah,
from
dude, I can imagine.
absolute fucking, decimation to complete fucking elation. Like fucking pussy on demand. Like holy shit, my friend. That is the life.
How long was he talking to the girl?
Uh, I don't know. I don't want to detail or go into
Yeah, drop too much
details.
deets. Yeah.
He'll you know share his thoughts and everything when he's ready. So
Okay.
you'll just have to wait till then. But even then, right, among the struggles, it's like it kind of solidifies like, so what one of the things that he talked about, and actually this is also proven in fucking nature, like literally proven. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like named after the scientist that coined it. But after, because it's been like 3 weeks now, and it's like eventually, even however good it may be, right, the magic wears off after a certain time. So, you talk about like the first and the second week being like such an amazing time.
Oh yeah, the
But
a honeymoon period, right?
yeah, you can call it the honeymoon period, yeah, but it like, wears off. But then, you look back on where you came from, and it's like, why the fuck am I complaining about the non-honeymoon effect, right? It's like you've been starving, literally starving, and then now you're getting steak and lobster for 10 days in a row. And then now you're complaining like, I don't want to eat lobster anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then on that note, it's like inevitably you do get bored and it's just like, ugh. And that for me, it kind of solidifies like, I think ultimately for guys, it's just short-term dating, man. Like the literally, even though you might be inkwell, when you ascend, it's basically the Chad life.
Well, this is why like women try to like tie you down for baby to some extent because like they know that you're just gonna be there for a short term anyway. Like most men don't care about most women. Like they don't want to marry most women anyway, as it is. At least in my opinion. I think You know, if a lot of men had the option, they would be chats too. They would just pumping up women and have a bunch of sex, and not actually just lay down and commit. Because why the fuck would you?
Yeah.
In the same
No,
vein,
that's
this is why women try to
exactly.
tie it down for baby. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit the nail in the coffin. Like, it's not necessarily talked about, but even if you ascend, dude, it's like I know Thinking Ape talk about it. It's like even if you ascend, like maintaining that relationship is like the true challenge, right? And ultimately, it's just gonna fail. You're gonna fall back down. Ascension is only temporarily, no matter how you look at it. And I think like ultimately the end goal is, just the Chad life, a different Stacy every so often. And then I think because, it's such a fucking struggle to even get a woman these days, it's like the desperation of the normie or the blue pill simp, like they try to cling on so hard, almost to a detriment. Like it's like you're holding on to a fucking straw while drowning for that one girl that, you got finally.
Yeah, it's just the maintaining a relationship kind of sucks overall when you actually think about it, dude. Because like to some extent, dude, like it's more of a task for the man than it is for the woman. Because the man's constantly having to like mate guard, he's constantly having to plan dates, keep things interesting. Whereas the woman, she just expected now, especially nowadays, she just expects to be placated to. She expects to be catered to rather,
Hmm.
placate me, cater to me. I don't really care what you want in a relationship. Just keep me happy. And once again, it just all comes down to like just the a gynocentric or female centric view of the world, where it's like women matter and men don't. You know.
Yeah, I just remembered, like in terms of that study or the effect, it was like they had a male and a female mice or rat, and they caged them together. So it's like they would like mate every time, but then the male interest like weighs off after like the third encounter, and then the frequency just diminishes like basically after the third, and it just gets less and less. But then as soon as you introduce a new female, it's like it just repeats
Ready to
itself
go.
all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ready to go the next minute. And it's been replicated throughout like every mammal in the animal kingdom essentially. So I would imagine, the Chad life,
If
every
keeping the
Chad be
relationship feels
banging
hard because
Stacy.
she's not that much interested in you. Not that much interested in you. It's possible that could be the thing as well. But this does appear to be a thing in nature, though, where it's like if keeping the relationship feels hard, it's because she's not that much interested in you. Probably close to the mark. Where
Yeah,
for
and
Chad just has to fucking exist and he'll get the relationship no matter what. So it kind of just maintains itself. So
yeah, and I mean it makes sense from a evolutionary standpoint. Like biology doesn't give a fuck. Like you just fuck them, get her pregnant, move on to the next. It's beneficial only for the species to propagate.
yeah, there's another a set of videos I wanted to watch, but I'm not gonna do it on this stream. It was the other Giovanni what's his guy's name? Giovanni Donato. He's the sexual markets of his video, and he basically talks about how women are giving their best years to like the worst men, and then they expect the like normally the like incentive structure makes sense. Like if somebody has a really good invention or they're really smart or something like that, you want to give them the best reward to reward them for doing something so awesome. But now we give the best women the best years of our women's lives to drug dealers. We give them to sports stars. We give it to basically the dregs of society. At least when they're in high school, obviously, like the sports star, the drug dealer, the rapper, the SoundCloud rapper nowadays, the sexual deviant. I want to call all these men get all the sex during the high school years, and then you have men who have to work their ass off from age 18 to age 30. Grinding their whole time through their 20s just to get a crumb of pussy, and you expect that system to work out very well. That sounds like a fucking recipe for fucking disaster, in my opinion. But girls would rather fuck Chad's corpse than you. Hope more men get their shit together and leave. Yeah, there might be nowhere else to go. Never know what Putin's gonna do with his nukes.
Yeah, I mean, the only sane option is to fucking leave. Like, you're in your shithole. Why wouldn't you escape if you
Yeah,
can,
I would
or
agree,
do
especially if
everything
you're
to
like
escape?
if you're stuck in a rut. You're not getting any options. You have 0 options at all. You might as well just fucking leave, dude.
Oh yeah, and the news this week is remember that never give up guy?
Yeah, Meeks. That's somebody else.
No, not Meeks. The actual guy. I think he was like, he went viral like, I have no girlfriend, I'm lonely, and he
Oh,
ascended with the looks
him.
match.
Yeah,
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 him.
yeah. Apparently, he is single now.
I don't want to laugh at the guy because he hit gold, I guess, with his video. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
I
I don't want to laugh too
I
much about the
post
guy, but fuck.
no, I posted in my community tab. It was just like, oh man, I was just dying. I feel terrible, but it's like, as Incel TV said, the black pill will always come to collect. I need to dig in, but she left him for another like high tier normie.
Dang, that's fucked up,
So
dude.
so for her, she
She
upgraded.
leveled up. She leveled up. She
Yeah,
upgraded. Yeah. When you ascend, you're descending in reverse. You're just descending in reverse and grinded till the shit till 30. Got my shit together, but 0 action. But anyone that isn't fat, which I can't do. Black pill always comes to collect, dude. Always does. Over for pit bulls eating fishy cat. Pit bull self. Oh god.
yeah. It's like predicting 8 o'clock at 7:45. Like, we knew this was coming. At least he had a good run, right? Like, at least he got to experience it.
But the real question is, I do wonder what was the nature of the relationship, though. Like, there's so many dudes I know who are either in relationships or who are talking about getting in relationships, dude. And then like you see the fucking the girl they're with, and it's like a fucking land whale or some shit. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, you're gonna schmuck who's like had sex in like 3 fucking months or 4 fucking months. And he had a girlfriend. I'm like, yeah, dude, your chick cheating on you, dude, and like you don't even realize it. But like, so many dudes are in like shitty relationships that don't make 0 sense, and you then we're sitting here wondering, well, why are you're sitting here like envious of them, but it's like, dude, do I really want to be that guy? I don't know.
Yeah,
Like, do I want to be
it's
the guy
funny.
who's like, yeah,
Like Medi was talking about, he saw a white guy with probably a 3 out of 10 ugly thigh woman, and he was wondering like, how the hell does that relation even exist, Because the guy was like almost a 7, like a high tier normie, he says.
wow.
So definitely a better deal for the Void, but I don't know, man. Maybe she's dedicated and loving and caring and all that stuff.
It's a lot of guys in relationship. They're shit though. Yeah, what I figured. What I think anyway. I don't know. I think so many dudes are in like, especially in today's day and age, with the sexual morals being so against men. How many of those guys are in like open relationships with like women who don't even fucking like them that much? Like, for example, like I hate to talk about this guy too much, but a Destiny Steven, the guy who does the stream, the debate streams, he's in like a cuckold relationship, dude. I'm like, seriously, like, you're in that type of relationship, dude, and you have all this money and power. Like, okay, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna I don't know how the fuck that works, dude. Or you see some of like the some of these dudes, like when you look into the nature of their relationships, dude, they're all like, oh, I'm in an open relationship, or I have a partner. I don't have a girlfriend, but I have a partner, or I have this, or I have that. And it's like all these weird relationship things that are not boyfriend and girlfriend. It's always some like weird shit, dude, going on.
Yeah, it's like they've given up like they would settle for that essentially. Like, I mean,
Yeah, they
no
settle for
self-respecting
trash
man.
and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would dump these bitches in a heartbeat. Like, why the fuck would you ever tolerate that crap?
I've been lucky enough to see the back end of these good relationships on speakerphone calls. I feel pain for these dudes. I would dump these chicks in an instant being treated like that. All oofy doofy relationships are open relationships. DBDR, dude, that wouldn't surprise me, dog. Wouldn't surprise me. Destiny is peak performance. If poor Eastern European Soviet wage slaving Medican can afford to leave the West, so can most guys. I would agree. If he can do it, then most other men can do it too. And this goes to Southeast Asia, especially the white men, they can afford to do it as well. I think most men's options are be single or be a cuck. It's true, dude.
Yeah,
Society's
so
trying to
true.
force men to go LGBT. Maybe too. Maybe. Especially the T part. They want you to go T. I mean, shit. It would be smarter for Destiny to break up with her than just deal with women on strictly fuck buddy basis. I don't know why he married her. I think didn't he marry her and then that's his fiance or some shit, dude. I'm like, why would you even bother to marry this chick? Fuck's the point? Like, I wouldn't do it, dude. Wouldn't be me. I'm like, if I'm someone like Destiny, like apparently Destiny said he smashes a lot. Like, why wouldn't you just smash and pass, dude? What's the point of having this weird like, pseudo cuck relationship with a woman, dude? I wouldn't do that shit at all, dude. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, at best, friends with benefits. Freaking
Yeah, there
that's
you go.
it.
Yeah. I'll take being single. His own girl betrayed him too. What? What happened with that? The surfaced concerns of geomatching is that you're starting your circle from scratch and that you pretty much have to stay there if you want a family. Yeah, but depending on the country you're coming from, especially American, you keep coming from a dying country like Slovakia. Like, no one's going to fucking Slovakia for anything, dude. He's already coming from a dying country anyway. You might as well fucking leave. You might as
Yeah,
well.
actually, this might be a miracle, like that is not gonna happen for him, in the future anytime soon. So now the struggle is like, how do you stay overseas, right? And it comes to the point where, like, you actually do have to have skill and some sort of value. And it's funny because I was looking through all the visas and shit to live in Thailand. And yeah, basically the rules are set up. They do not want fucking plebs and low wage or low skill men in general. So I think the fastest way would be to, marry someone there. But even if you do marry, yeah, this is still fresh. You still have to earn, I think it's only like 1,200 a month or, yeah, 80,000 to 800,000 bots, which was, yeah, basically you need to make like close to 30K or 40K USD. It's probably a little bit lower than that, but you still have to maintain the relationship for 3 years, stay married. You initially get your marriage visa and it's good for 90 days. Then you can renew it every year for a year. And then after that, then you're eligible to apply for permanent residency. And then once you get that, and then you lived for 5 years, then you can apply for like Thai citizenship. But like every single avenue that we looked, it's so set up like you have to be a productive or a producing member of society in order to ascend there.
Wow, so it's not even as easy as you think it is. We're just to go there and just to have like, I guess if you're like a sex pad, it doesn't matter as much. But like if you're trying to live there, it's a whole different story.
Yeah, and they do have like retirement visas, and but you have to be 50, right? And to qualify. And yeah, that's for the old man game trying to retire there. But I mean, most of us are like in our 20s and 30s, so it doesn't really apply.
You hear all these excuses until why guys can't afford a plane ticket or don't have jobs. Yeah, a lot of excuses in this community for sure. I don't know much about Destiny, but he seems like a liberal guy, very liberal. Part of being liberal is advocating for female freedom, so being cock, he views views it as empowering the women possible. I don't know what he thinks, truth be told. Destiny is coping. No way a short incel looking dude is fucking a lot of women without paying, even if he's white. He kind of is paying. He's letting her fuck her if she wants. He's kind of paying for it in that way. Or Chandra skate through. Our group's online with networks already. What's the next excuse? Okay. Are you on about online friends or online work? He should be smashing gamer girls. To gamer girls, he's probably a rock star, probably. And clout chasing women might do it because he's somewhat famous. Yeah. Get on Facebook and search for expats and join discourse. The work is tired of hearing excuses. Yeah. I'm not making excuses, man. It's just that there are a lot of processes with everyone's process, lots of process with everyone's life. Yeah. Medican season 3 is his journey into Thai underworld so he can maintain access to Peace Leave. He'll be a Tim Sharkey's apprentice soon. Exactly. There is a 4-year visa for people 50 plus. You need to either make €5,000 per year, $1,200 a month. If you, I have 10 more years to get to 50-year-old. I recently searched it on the net. Wow, then you already know all your information there. Pretty good. Nobody wants lazy ass entitled bitch made from America joining their country. God, Lee, man. I just can't show no fucking mercy, dude.
Yeah, I was looking at other options, but you know, you got to be highly educated, like, because you got to be in like at least a master's degree, and then you're working in a field that they consider pertinent and relevant to, you know, the Thai country. I think it's like medical, biotech, engineering, and all that stuff. So that's one route. And then if you have employment consecutively for 3 years and earn, I think it's like close to 40K USD per month, or you report your tax consecutively for 2 years, making like 100K, then you're like eligible to get permanent resident or apply for permanent resident. So that's one route. You could be a wealthy individual and you need a net asset of $1 million and then invest $500,000 into any Thai company. Yeah, not happening for any of the boyos anytime soon.
Yeah. Just pay Lucario 4K and let your chick smash Giga Chads open marriage. Yeah, most dudes are not affording enough money to fucking fund a fucking Thai company, so not gonna happen, dude. That's true shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's possible for most boyos to, like, you know, save up I would say like maybe $5,000 in 6 months to a year easy. And I would say like a $5,000 will like easily afford you you know, like 3 months in the country of your choice in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say this goes for any like third world country at the end of the day. If you want to go to any country, and especially if you're just going there just to visit and expat, you might as well just go there just to like pay some money, you know, pay for your plane ticket, pay for a hotel or something like that, and expat around. And honestly, I would visit first before I would decide to live there first. So like, you want to visit first, see what it's like, see what the area is like, see what you want to do there for a few weeks, and then you go somewhere else, and then maybe decide if you want to live there later on in life or something like that. But I would say going to visit there, just go sex pat around or something like that would probably works out a lot. Could work good because it's a pretty good decision to make in my opinion. So
yeah, that's my plan. That's my plan once I get enough money and I don't need to work for the next 10 years.
Yeah. I have no mercy for non-ethnic men in America. You can get a CDL, weld, HVAC, IT, and all those paid training programs. Training programs. That I meant. Have paid training programs. It's pretty good. I'm black, so CMASing not for me. Yeah. Drugs. We work in IT. Just negotiate full telework home office and work from there.
Yeah, that's the plan. But right now, I don't plan on changing jobs because the money is good.
Don't want to do that one already. Not to sound like a hater, but I think most of the dudes shouting leave the West aren't going to do it. Oh, most people are not going to do it. Most people don't have them. And the reality is that it takes money and time to leave the West. They aren't actually going to do it, but they really should consider doing it, though. You know, they at least the idea is out there. Even if most men don't take it, the idea is out there now. We're like you have the option to like leave and go somewhere else. like you don't feel nearly as trapped, and you don't feel nearly as like downtrodden when you have an option to go somewhere else. You know, I feel like it
I
takes a
think
huge weight off a lot of men's minds.
yeah, I think 1 second, let me find the title of that video. It's only like a 5-minute video, but I know Pluto shared it last time. It was a black cell like completely ascending in, I think, Bali, Indonesia. It's probably
I'll be
worth
back.
a watch too.
Be back in a sec. You can post it in the private chat. I'll play it later. Give me 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm tired of dudes crying just to cry and shooting down all solutions. I would agree. Yeah, you can find ways to do stuff, and even if that means going to the gym, 4 times a week or 5 times a week. You can find that to do. You can find a way to fucking geomax too as well. Like unless you're fucking like literally fucking like mentally fucking ill or something like that, or mentally fucking retarded or something like that, or you fucking like a medically fucking like invalid or some shit. You have ways to make it in the world. For the few of you where it is truly over, I get it. But for the few of you where it's like not, or for a lot of you where it's not, that would definitely recommend geomaxing for sure. Feels like I'm watching Blade Runner with that music. It's kind of the whole point, dude.
I finally found it. I don't know if you can play it on stream like consecutively. You might have to pause here and there. But yeah, this is kind of inspirational, to be honest.
We do this quick video and then we'll get out of here. Let me post this in the there.
Yeah, I'll drop a little early because I gotta do some work shit, but I'll be listening since it's almost over anyways.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on, my dude.
Yeah, good chat. Peace.
All right, dude. Peace out. Let's see what we got. Let's do a quick one here.
The quality of life in Bali is crazy. For the same amount of dollars that you would spend in San Diego and any of the big cities, it is like living a life of luxury. My income has gone up exponentially since moving to Bali. In terms of how much I spend, my costs have gone way down. I'm never worried about money anymore.
Dang, this 33-year-old moved from US to Bali and makes $140K a year. In Bali, it's got to be fucking mad money, dude. No way. We need to start having no BS standards in the black pill. Get rid of the normies. The failed normies, yeah. When men make changes in their lives, you can see the effect. Just look at DBDR since he got the job. Yeah, it's true, dude. It's true. It's real shit. You can see the effects. It's real shit. I remember when I fucking lost weight, dude. Shit was a huge, Herculean. I still have more fucking weight to lose, but it was definitely a huge task for me to lose the initial amount of weight I did. So yeah, you see the immediate effects. Mystery school bus tour to Bali soon. I know where I'm going next. How long is this video? I don't want to play the whole damn thing. Let me show me Hold on, give me a sec. It's only 7 minutes long. It's not that long, actually.
My name is Olumide Benro. I'm 33 years old. I relocated to Bali, Indonesia. I run a social media marketing agency, and I also run some of the largest conferences virtually and in person for digital nomads.
This 9, this one.
Yes.
Your 9 or 10? 9 or 10?
10. One. When I arrived in Bali for the first time and I saw all these smiling faces, everybody was like, hello, sir, how are you doing? People will almost take you to their home and cook for you the first time they meet you. I never experienced that in my life, you know, in the United States or other countries that I went to. The way I grew up in America, I always felt left out. And because being a person of color, I also felt that there were certain times in my life where I just didn't feel valued as a human being. But then when you step into a place like Bali, that all goes away. It went away from me.
Dang, you run the marketing agency and a fucking consulting virtual events and investments. Wow. Good shit, dude. Good fucking shit. Even Mehdi talked about this as well. People are so much friendlier and nicer in general compared to the cuck West. Probably because the life's so fucking shit in the West, dude. It's too fucking expensive to fucking live in the West, though.
I've worked so hard to improve my situation in terms of my income and my businesses are doing well. The things that I pay for are all digital. You know, subscriptions to MailChimp.
Dude, look at that rent and utilities bill. That's like so fucking low, dude. The food bill is like half of mine, probably. Not even half of mine. I can't spend that much money on food. My God, dude. Travel, $300.
Literally
Health
have
insurance.
almost no cost.
Wow. You
And
pay almost
my
fuck
actual
all.
income from my online businesses went up. While I'm, you know, enjoying living in an amazing place, my wellness is up, allowing me to optimize my business. When you have a clear mind and your heart is centered in the right place and you feel good, you tend to have good results for your clients and the people you work with. I have a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and there's also a private gym downstairs, and there's a pool, and it just has all the amenities that you
Dude, what the fuck? Oh, man. I gotta get the fuck out of this place, dude. This dude living the life.
you need. And they have a kitchen, a restaurant downstairs. I don't cook. Like, I can cook, but I don't, because it's better for me to get work done, eat, and keep going. And for me, I always order. There's a popular app here called Gojek. It's like Go Food, Go Tailor, Go Massage. They have a Go for everything. And I use Go Food to order my food on a daily basis. You need your motorbike to ride around Bali. You know, it's very common. You can't walk around in these streets. Trust me, you do not want to be walking.
With his money, dude, I would have bought like a bunch of fucking property down there. Honestly, if I could, I would have bought a bunch of property down there, dude. The only issue I have with the video is that it makes it seem like you have to make a ton of money and run multiple online businesses to live overseas. Guaranteed, this dude's selling a course. Who the fuck is I? A. Who the fuck is A? Who are you? Are you an alien? A left my ass off. Who are you, my dude? Leave me a private chat and let me know who you are in the chat before I let you in here.
So you got to treat yourself, right? So every month, I actually get myself out of Canggu, the busy streets of Canggu with all the digital nomads.
Let me see, who the fuck is this guy? I am A boy. Oh, that guy. Okay, let's take a look at this guy. What's up, dude?
Hey, dude, what's up?
How you doing, man?
I'm good, I'm good. Where's Drolix? Is he gone?
He left a while ago, actually.
All right, all right. Probably I call in next time, so I have a discussion with him. Because he seems to have the same plans like me, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. He has a pretty good idea what he wants to do with his life. Honestly, I think he wants to like leave the West once he makes a certain amount of money. So
Yeah, of
a lot of
course,
cash in the
of
bank.
course. Yeah, I think this is possibly the only solution, only viable solution which is left for us, I believe.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm pretty tempted to. I'm looking on this. I can hop on again. He might be coming on for you, Drolix, or I or A boy.
Yeah, no
See
problem.
what he says.
I
See if
mean,
he comes on or not. But yeah, this definitely seems like a solution for a lot of people. Honestly, in my opinion, not a lot of people, but enough people can go over to a different country and like somehow make it. I guess to some extent.
well, you have to give up on your social circle, right?
Yeah, you have to give
up on.
But if you already, I mean, especially in my community, if you already don't have one, you might as well leave. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have a social circle anyway, you might as well just go.
Yeah, that's
What's up,
true.
Alex?
That's true.
Yo,
You there,
what's
Drolix?
up?
Okay, there you go. Want to talk to
Hey, Drolix, what's up?
Living the life of a coder cell.
Yeah. I also work in IT, so there's something similar, huh? So how are you
Fucking
doing?
always trying to figure out some bug or issue.
Yeah, right. That's IT. You never stop learning. So as I wrote previously, so I think really the digital nomad lifestyle with the Western income, right? In like Asia, I think Asia should be the best place. It's really, yeah, the way out, probably the only way out.
Yeah, are you in the West?
I am in Europe,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Oh, which
Ger-
area? You don't need to
German
dox
speaking
yourself.
German speaking country next to Germany.
Okay, cool.
Uh,
Yeah, that's
uh,
actually not bad.
yeah, it's okay. I mean, our salaries here are pretty similar, like yours in US. So
Okay,
yeah,
good shit. What are your general stats? What are you? What race are you? Stuff like that. What are you?
I'm almost hitting 40. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm my average looking guy. I mean, FaceM LMS rated me. I once let him rate him. I sent him my pictures. He told me I'm a 405, a four and a half for women in my age, a 5 probably for divorced single mothers hitting 40. Yeah, something. So average guy, white, average height, average face, average body. Yeah, good job since I'm in IT, but as you guys know, the good job and the salary nowadays doesn't get you a woman, right? Or a relationship or a marriage.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely not nearly a not nearly the advantage it used to be. That's for sure.
yeah, I
Mm,
mean, I'm a bit jaded and biased, 'cause I'm not putting myself out there. But even if I were, it's like the options are pretty slim, and I make well over 100K.
yes, you see,
So
that's true.
yeah, I'm like literally the living meme, as in a high-paying STEM job doesn't guarantee you any
Mm.
Stacy's love.
And then again, is the question. So, I mean, the older I get, the more I realize: do you really want to live that life? I mean, do you want to be married to the same woman forever and then have the kids and zero freedom and you'll be cucked for the rest of your life? And when I see a lot of old guys like boomers and they divorce their wives which they were together for 25, 30 years, I mean, they have this broken spirit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, dude, I see it all the fucking time. No,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not against marriage in general. Like ultimately, I would believe that every guy wants, his own Stacy that looks after him and the kids. But
Yeah,
just getting married in the West is just complete fucking lunacy.
that's true,
Like
that's true.
I I couldn't do it even at the best of
The
circumstances.
sad part is that you're not even getting a wife anymore. You're getting a partner. What the fuck do you call it now? Like it's not even a wife anymore because
No.
the wife a wife has a very specific like a list of duties you're supposed to do. But you're not even getting that anymore. So like getting married anymore. What does it mean if it doesn't mean like having a wife? It means like you're
Mm,
just getting a partner or some shit. It doesn't mean anything anymore.
yeah, right. And I
Yeah.
also in my, yeah, and in my experiences, because slowly turning 40 now. It's also like it really. I mean, I dated single mothers, right? And even those, they were non-stop on Tinder, yeah. And if you don't start cucking for them, they just replace you. It's really hopeless. Like, imagine, guys, right? Average looking female with 2 kids, right? Divorce or living separated, and you get a chance, but you are out if you don't perform as a cuck. You know what I mean, huh?
Yeah, unless you're the man, you'll just get replaced. It's that easy.
And with single mothers, especially, I in my experience, I realized they really try to they are super fast in starting a relationship with you, and they are super fast demanding to move together, that you keep taking care of the kids, etc. So that's like really, yeah, it's like they give you the responsibility, and it's not even your kids. And if you are not like accepting it, they are just replace you, because even a single mother with 2 kids is can find a new guy like
Yeah,
every
I
second
mean,
day.
ultimately, yeah, it is the woman's fault, but at the same time, it's just the abundance of fucking blue pill simps too, right? So
Yes,
I
yes.
wouldn't say men are like not completely absolved. There's always a fucking dumbass to wife up or beta bucks a used up 304.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And also in my sense, I mean, I never really simped for a long time for women, even when I was madly in love, right? So I mean, it just, it's not right, it's like they will just use you and for attention, and don't start a relationship with you. And all of this simping is just like, I mean, it's so unnatural. But I mean, probably guys, they realize sooner or later that's their only option, basically, for most of the guys. And I see this in my friend circle, in my coworker circle. I mean, these guys, they are going to hell. They are going through hell. What they are doing, just so this average girl is coming back to them. I mean, it's really unbelievable. And their whole attitude, like, it's really simping. It's for what? What are you getting out of it? I mean, the sex, and then she treats you, she doesn't call you for weeks. She dates, flirts with other guys. I realized this in my friend circle, in my social circle, in my with my coworkers. I mean, it's like, I just thinking every time, why are these guys doing this? But probably it's right what they tell in the black pill. It's their only option, the only option in the West.
Yeah, pretty much. Are
Yeah, for a lot
you
of men, it
like
really is their only option.
yeah, I mean, are you JBW or like you gotta pay the ethnic tax?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and also like these all of these recommendations, because they are the normies, right? They I have these discussions with some of them, the ones I trust, but I'm not going too deep into the black pill. They agree on some things, but on other things, it's like they give me advice. Like all of these normies, like, yeah, you should date down, and like, but I keep telling them, even if I date down, yeah, it's it will be the same situation, yeah, because women, they all want the same, yeah.
Yeah, actually, speaking about dating down, I actually was working on a video of like the true reason why Chad dates down.
So
And
he can have multiple women, huh, at the same time.
not necessarily, but yeah, it's just more of a like into the psyche of why Chad would, hook up with the 3 out of 10, even though he
Uh,
could, relatively easy get like a 7 out of 10.
yeah.
Because it's like, if you got the option for, a good prime rib dinner, why would you go for some fucking fajitas?
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's not just to satisfy the hunger. But yeah, anyway, working on that vid next, so
Oh, cool. So you'll release it on your channel soon?
Yeah, some other time, like when I'm motivated.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
have
not
like
bad.
a fucking bucket list of topics, but I just never get around
Mhm.
to them because they're too takes a lot of effort to make a video.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
way it
that's
takes the stream. That's why I haven't streamed like literally like I didn't stream at all this past week really. So other than today.
I don't know,
Yeah,
Albert Wesker, why there are so many Germans or German speaking inkwells in the sphere. I think because everywhere in the West it's the same, right?
yeah, I've heard Germany is like really tough in terms of the dating market, so I'm pretty sure that's why.
I think Germany's birth rate in the fucking toilet too.
Yeah, I think
Germany,
it's the whole West.
Germany demographics. What's the fucking look at
Yes,
Germany right
yes,
now?
that's definitely
Oh,
true.
yeah, it's in the shitter, dude. They're like
Holy
way below
shit!
replacement.
Look at that fucking trend. I'm not gonna post it on fucking on the channel here, but look at the trend line. Right down the fucking shitter, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, give it like 10 more years. Like literally all the skilled labor is gone. All the
Mm.
uh all the boomers are retiring. And it's kind of scary because Germany is also the manufacturer of a lot of high tech stuff, and all of
Yeah,
those
but
people are
but
gonna be gone.
yeah, that's true. But it's gone already. So the so the Germans, yeah, or the Austrians and all of us speaking German, yeah, we were really good in doing yeah, metal like cars, machines, yeah, trucks, these things made out of metal and engineering. And basically there's so many Chinese companies who have bought up German, Austrian, Swiss companies now. So basically we also are not producing much anymore. It's already there. Yeah, it's what is left in Austria, Switzerland, Germany? It's cars, yeah, and it's machines or
Yeah,
in
when I think Germany, it's like BMW.
yes, exactly. That's the only thing with what is left. Yeah, but these are also under attack from the yeah from Tesla and the green energy, and so all of the all of the gasoline engines will be gone soon, or at least they try to push their agenda, right?
Yeah, literally what's happening in California, like rationing power. It's like you can't even charge your Tesla.
Yes, right, right. And then you also have to see because like all of these yeah the tech which is driving all of these electrical cars or the solar panels, right, for the solar energy, they are mostly made in China. So we are already there.
BBC is only left in Germany. I mean BMW. Oh god.
Fucking
Running
base.
out of active powers. Inverted pyramid. German foids look like men too. Mm.
Yeah, man. I say look into Southeast Asia, man. I'm assuming you're white, right?
Yes,
Like
I am
you
white. Yes, yes.
yeah, you'll have a definitely a much easier time.
I know, and also like I mean, I've been around the world. I took vacations. I dated Asian women here in Germany, also in Asia. Yeah, and it's yeah, it's definitely true. Just be white is true. They
Yeah,
also rate my
literally,
age. Mhm.
yeah, Medican was literally like he said he feels like fucking Jesus walking through the street.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
everyone is just smiling, everyone's so friendly. Like he's like, fuck, he's literally getting like the celebrity treatment, and it's like I've never experienced this shit in my life.
that's true. That's true. And also like here when I was a student, so when I was in my 20s, yeah, I dated a lot of foreign girls, right, who were studying here. I mean, just like Mystery, right? He's the expert with the with the foreign girls, right?
Yeah, kinda.
But it's working, you know. It's like we guys do, we have to do what is working, yeah. So because yeah, so I dated a lot of Chinese or Asian students studying here, yeah. I also dated a girl from Brazil, yeah, and so on and so on, and it was a pleasant experience. They treated me different, and I don't only think it's because I'm white. I also think it's because of yeah of the culture, but yeah, it's also because I'm white, of course, but also because the it's just the West. They are all I think the West, our we have small social circles compared to the rest of the world, right? We are egoistic, I believe, yeah. And we are much more unfriendly, or I don't know, much colder, yeah. So that's also a part, I think, yeah, it's also important.
No, yeah, like Mystery said earlier, it's the culture. Like definitely
Yeah.
non-West cultures are more open to foreigners or travelers. I mean, they all have their racist views and shit, but I mean, just in general, compared to even America, like people are much friendlier and open in
Yeah,
other
but
places.
that's true, that's true. But let me tell you one thing, because I dated like a lot of Asian girls, yeah. I the Asians, they are the most racist, let's put it like that, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. No, like I said earlier, a long time ago too. Fucking, like mainland Chinese hate like the Taiwanese, like
Yes.
fucking the
And
mainland Japanese hate the Okinawans,
yes, and
because they're
everyone
from the
hates the
south.
Chinese.
I mean, there's also like North Indians don't like South Indians, even though
Uh,
they're all curry cells. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah,
I lived in Africa too. It's like if you're light skinned, you're treated better than,
yeah.
dark skinned.
And when I was, for an example, when I was dating these girls or walking around with them, yeah, they were like talking like some racist stuff about whatever Indians or black people, and I'm just like, yeah, I was just like telling them to keep it quiet, yeah, because like, I mean, we are in Germany. If you don't want to talk bad about other people, right? And
Yeah, no,
they don't seem to
I,
care.
yeah, because I mean, partly due to world history, like, the guy with the special mustache, and even in, America with the triple K, it's like there's actual, tangible known history. So I know like white people get crucified for the isms a lot, but it's like it still happens regardless of race, culture, ethnicity. Like we're all
Yeah.
fucking racist. So the sooner you get that through your head, like the
Yes.
better you'll see the world.
Yeah, but this, especially as I'm telling you, I noticed this with like Thai women, Chinese women, and they are like, yeah, it's they are talking, just talking shit about
Oh yeah,
Indians or black people. It's just like, yeah, they don't even care, you know.
yeah, East Asians or Oriental Asians look down upon Southeast Asians. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Mein Führer. Former Nazi cells are now calling out racism.
You know, if there is one country in this whole world, yeah, who has the least problem with racism, I would say it's Germany. Yeah, you better believe that. Yeah, it's because of our history, right?
Yeah, part of it anyway. Mein Fupa. Oh God. Blah. Disgusting, dude. Chinese massacres in San Francisco as well as Japanese internment.
Yeah. So anyway, so Drolix, I called in because yeah, I mean basically also to tell you, because like after this flu thing, right? I
Hmm.
see in our company, we are an IT company, we produce a software, yeah. Uh, a lot of applicants now, if they are in their interview, yeah, they are asking to work from another country in Europe, right? From a cheaper, a poorer country, something like Portugal, like Jugos, Croatia, Bulgaria, Romania, whatever, right? And it's always they all have this argument that if I can live there on a German salary or Western European salary, yeah, my life will be much better, which is absolutely right. So,
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Like, I mean, I'm on the Cook Coast, which is probably, I think in terms of, IT STEM salary, like the highest paid in the world is probably in the Cook Coast,
yes.
and then the next would be NYC, I believe.
Yeah.
But then it literally depends on the company too, right? So like I would say Fang can definitely afford to pay that salary, and they don't necessarily would take a hit even if like the employee moves elsewhere. And ultimately it's a game because even for me, if let's say if I move from the Cook Coast to say Florida, I would probably have to take a significant pay hit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm already living dirt cheap. I'm just trying to stack a lot of as much as possible. So for me, moving to the Cook Coast or out of Cook Coast doesn't make sense because even within like relocating within the US, I'm basically gonna have to take a pay cut. And the longer I stay or keep my costs down and keep stacking bread, that just means much better for the long-term game. And
Yeah, but how?
ultimately, yeah, and then what I'm saying is like as a strategy, I would say, work at a company. I mean, this is only for the IT cells, I guess, or stem cells, but I would say work as much as possible in the highest paying location as and keep your costs down. Once you get enough fuck you money, then like you can go to Southeast Asia and work remote or something like that, provided you can find a job. And
Right. Yeah.
I'm this is just something I kind of recognize. So like I'm in my company now for like 4 years, right? Like I think once you've been at a company for like 3+ years, it's like you're now well established. What the business fears the most is losing an old timer. Like, because when people fucking leave, they leave and there's such a huge, it's almost a detriment. Like, I would say if there are a couple of senior engineers that would leave tomorrow, like this whole fucking department would collapse overnight.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, because like
Yeah,
for
yeah,
3 of us, for 10 of them, they only made 3 of us, right?
exactly. So
Yeah.
the brain drain at these top performing areas is very critical. But that's what I'm saying. Like, buy your time, get as much money, and then ultimately you could still stay within the same company and then probably Geomax, provided that they allow. Like, luckily, my company is worldwide. Like, they're a remote first company. So if I
Yeah.
do decide to fucking leave and go to another country, that's totally fine. I would just have to accept the pay cut and then all the fucking bullshit that comes with international tax laws and all that crap.
So you mean they would cut your pay because they would knew you would work outside of the US?
Right. Because I mean, like, I work in a fucking global company. I got teammates from Colombia, Cayman Islands, uh, like not China, but then like a couple of European countries too. So it's like global.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know my ex or my coworker. She also worked for a company, right? And basically, only the management and the product managers or owners were local in US. They were Americans, and all of the underlings doing the IT work were from all over the globe. So yeah, so I think probably your company goes also in this right direction. Also, we
Yeah.
have this. So you
Wait,
are
wait.
you are.
I
Mhm,
wanted to ask though. So see the real difference now, like I'm talking about the upper echelon of the stem cell and IT cell. Like, so you can become a stem cell, but ultimately, I feel like there's even a huge fucking divide. This is a black pill within the IT
Yes.
cell or stem cell. So ultimately, experience speaks the most, and then ultimately, like your top performance, like how much value you can add to the company.
Hmm.
So in order to achieve that top tier status, like I think ultimately you got to stick with the company for a certain amount of year and prove yourself invaluable within that company. And I wouldn't pick any company. I think ultimately the goal is to get to Fang. Like if you can
Hmm.
have like 5+ years at Fang, right? Like you're fucking
Hmm.
set for life in terms of finding the next coder cell
Yes.
job because everyone would want you because oh you used to work at Fang
Yeah, your
and
CV. Yes.
yeah, exactly. So ultimately that is the goal, I should say, if you can. But the real fear and for the vast majority of the noob cells is that they're just going to be end up contractors or subcontractors or
Yeah.
never get an FTE position at a real company
Yeah.
and
This is
you'll just be
also,
passed
yeah.
around.
This is
And
also how
and
I. Yes.
yeah,
Continue.
yeah, to finish off, like even
Yeah.
though we're hiring developers, it's like we're at least for my company, they're not hiring US developers because the
Yeah.
salary expectation is high. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
why hire me when they can hire like three more devs from Colombia or something?
Yes.
So it's an uphill battle if you're a noob cell. I think literally the cutoff was pre-pandemic. If you didn't make it pre-pandemic, it's gonna be a hard battle, like if you're coming in now. Not to say that you can't, but that's just the reality, or the brutal reality, I should say.
Yeah, you mean because of the okay, yeah, first in IT you have a lot of competition from the young ones, from young
Mm-hmm.
people entering the workforce, coming from the university, having more energy than you, knowing the new language. So that's a huge. That's why I
Oh,
see a lot
but
of.
yeah, just to add a caveat to that, like I used to be a noob cell, like, cause I
Mhm.
graduated like fuck years ago now. But I would say the competition from new graduates is minuscule, to be honest. It's if you're looking for a job among other relatively new developers, then the competition is high. But I would say once
Mhm.
you establish and you have like 5+ years experience, all the recruiters are looking for those senior devs. So it's not as hard as you think it is. But yeah, it's still a competition if you're below that threshold.
Yeah, sure, but look, if like a 25-year-old guy finishes uni and he's able, right? He's intelligent, he learns, he understands all of the concepts in development, and then he has 5 years of experience. He's still 30, right? So
Mm-hmm,
he's
mm-hmm.
still he has the knowledge plus he has the energy. Yeah. So I see a lot of our code monkeys. Yeah, they once they hit 40, 45, 50, they switch. Most of them go into product management, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yep.
it's somehow helping if you go to product management because you were a developer, you know the product, or you have experience, you know what the developer is telling you, and you understand. Yeah, so I see this is, but then it's IT. Yeah, so you can switch also in there are so many branches in IT, right? There is system administration, there's project product management, there's development, there's testing, there's so many other fields. So basically I also see of course a lot of people who are not good enough or not intelligent enough to be a dev. They just switch into testing or into other areas, which is also fine because it's also not it's also similarly paid, probably not as high as a developer but still high enough. So yeah, and the second thing, definitely agree, because I had to go through this when I started. I couldn't get into a big company. So you have in US, you have those FANG companies, right? Here we don't have FANG. Basically, we have no Facebook, right? We have no WhatsApp. We don't have all of that. We don't have no Google here, right, in Europe. Yeah, We use
Yeah, so
your shit. Yeah. So I
yeah,
was joining a external consulting company, and they were sending me around all over the German speaking countries here in Europe. So I was in Switzerland, I was in Austria, I was in Germany, in different cities, and I did this for 2 years. It was kind of nice. I saw these countries, but I constantly had to travel, and they constantly sent me from one company, from one project to the next.
yeah, I think that might be just like the location where you're at, right? But then I would still argue that's still good because as long as you build experience and relevant skills, you could probably try to get into Fang, even though like you could possibly get into Fang, like say, you know, from the German office or whatever, if they have a Fang office in Germany, something like that.
Yeah, you could. But then again, we had to tell you the truth. We had this discussion. So you are in California, yes?
I would just say Cup Coast,
Okay,
so,
Coast. And
so
you,
somewhere in the West Coast.
yeah, and you work for FANG. So that means you make 150 or what or more, something like that.
Yeah, I mean it's just a number, but 180.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we talk here about that because we know this. Yeah. And we also talk that like, yeah, would I let's see, would you work for Fang? Yeah. Would you work for Google? Would you work for Alphabet? Would you work for Facebook? Whatever. And then we realize over here in Europe that okay, you'll make 150, whatever, 200,000, but you'll have to rent a trailer, right? Because if you rent a one apartment, a one room or two room apartment, you will pay what, 3,000, $4,000 a month, right?
Yeah, yeah. So if you're fucking working for Facebook, probably
Yeah,
making 200K,
yeah,
but then you live in fucking downtown California, Menlo Park, you'd be paying like 3,500 in rent.
yeah. You see? So is it actually worth it? I mean, I don't know.
No, no. So
Probably.
here's hold on. Here's the secret,
Mhm,
right? So I get paid 180 in the Cup
mhm,
Coast, and my monthly rent or monthly expenditure, I should say, is
mhm.
less than 2,000 a month.
That's nice. So you can save a lot. Do you have to commute? How long do you have to commute?
Bruh, my commute is zero. I work from home.
Ah, okay.
I
So
literally roll out of bed 5 minutes before stand up.
okay. So I do the same. I do the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Okay,
It,
okay.
it was
Everyone does
basically,
it.
yeah, it was the only good the only positive part of this flu show, right? During the last 2 or 3 years, it was just that actually we in IT, we are the big winners, right? Our field, our profession, yeah, we are the big
Yeah, I
winners because we still, most of us kept the jobs. All of the IT companies got the money which they handed out, right, to save all of the companies, to save the economy. We kept our job. We got freedom, right? I see this with my female coworkers.
yeah,
They
yeah.
can work from
Actually,
home. They can. Mhm,
this is a good subject. The market value of developers. So during good times, I should say, like when the economy is good, we're actually frowned upon, right?
mhm,
Because if the market is good,
mhm.
think about it, your developers are the most costly
Yeah.
employees, right? So they try to get rid of you. And then when the market's fucking in the toilet, everyone else that's non-developer becomes a burden because ultimately they can't get rid of their developers, otherwise they would have nothing. So the correlation is that if the market is good, the value of the developer is shunned upon. And if the
Mhm,
market is in the toilet, then as a developer, your market value exponentially increases.
mhm. Yeah.
So yeah, just
Yeah.
remember that for future markets.
Yeah, but well, I mean, if all of the boomers retire, I mean, don't you think it's even better for us?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be good.
Yeah.
Not just
So.
developers, I would say, but any like actual high skill value,
Mhm,
like
mhm,
specific metal worker or not just in IT, but like actual value. high skilled labor, any field, like when the boomers retire, the previous guys retire, it will just increase your stock more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so we in the IT sector, we are one of the huge winners. Yeah, because I see this. I mean, I have, of course, female coworkers who have kids, right? They can work from home and then take a break and take care of the kids, right? Collect their kids from kindergarten or whatever, right? Jay, just let me know. We self-organized. We are huge on Scrum. We are self-organizing, and it's helpful because with this telework, home office work now, the most important thing is communication, right? So they just let the team know I have to pick up the kids, and they are gone for half an hour, and after this they continue work. So this is not a big problem. I looking back, I don't know why this ever was a problem. I think probably all of the middle management, right, back then was afraid they would lose control, and everyone would see that they are doing basically nothing. Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, I would have say the economy would have like probably flourished even better if it was more work from home,
Hmm.
even pre-pandemic, like when the internet really allowed that, like, 'cause man, just fucking thinking back, like my first internship, I got a really good job at a really good, let's just say, good company. But the office that I got placed was fucking way the fuck far from where I lived. So I spent literally 4 hours a day commuting to go to an office to code in
Hmm.
front of a
Yes.
fucking monitor.
Mm.
And I mean, it was only an internship, so it was temporarily 3 months. I bit the bullet, and I just had to wake up like fucking 2 hours early every morning and just go to bed 2 hours early. So it's not a huge sacrifice, but God, the commute does fucking suck. And
Yes.
compared to, yeah, fucking waking up 5 minutes before daily stand up, like, yeah, it's a different life, my friend.
Hmm. It is. It is. And there is also this always this discussion, and most people still don't get it. Because basically, if you look back before Corona times, right? How much of the hours in the office did you really spend effectively working? You know what I mean, right? So how
Hmm.
much you lost half of your time, or let's say I don't know, probably you are one of the more productive people, like 1/3 of your time you lost talking in front of the coffee machine to coworkers, yeah, about the new game, about their kids, about the last basketball game, whatever, yeah. So you actually don't lose much productivity by working from home because you have your
Yeah,
your
but
days.
but then ultimately it's the system, the economic system that was set up is to be wasteful. It was never about like productivity and
Mhm.
efficiency.
Yes.
So think about it like, okay, I gotta get up early. I gotta take the bus. I'm paying bus fare. There's a fucking driver
Mhm.
that has a
Mhm.
job shipping people to their fucking office coffins.
Mhm.
There's a physical rent, utilities, electricity, food, services, fucking janitors cleaning up your desk. Like, just think about all the other bullshit that goes into the economy from quote unquote pre-pandemic life or pre-pandemic work life. Now all of that shit's fucking gone. They don't need to hire any janitors. They don't need to hire fucking service workers.
Yes.
The
Yes.
bus driver probably got canned because there wasn't like 20 shifts. There's like 5 shifts now.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
the world,
Definitely.
the world is definitely different, and I don't think it's going back ever.
Yeah. Yeah. My former boss, or one of my former bosses, he was right on that. He told me this like 10 years ago. I didn't understand it fully back then, but I understand it now. He said, "Isn't it sick?" I give you an example for the Cut Coast, okay? Isn't it sick that a guy from San Diego has to drive to San Francisco, and the guy from San Francisco, yeah, drives to Sacramento, and the guy from Sacramento drives to San Diego, yeah, isn't it that the sick system, right?
Yeah, it's such a wasteful, but then the wastefulness in essence was the foundation of that economy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the black pill, blue pill, SMB, like think about it. Men fucking work hard to impress Floyd. They work hard to get fucking exotic cars to impress. You know, they buy bullshit shits like dinners and flowers and fucking jewelry to please average hoes. You know, like the whole economy is based around fucking
Yeah,
simping and wasteful nature.
it is.
Yeah, no, and I truly agree that, you know, if you're in any kind of field right now and you work in computers, you know, even accountant or whatever, not necessarily IT or developer, it's like you've pretty much won in this economy. You know,
Yeah,
like that's why my previous video, like people are gonna get trapped in the low skill field and ever competing for the shrinking low skill jobs.
yeah, but the companies also, they also got something out of it, right? Because they pay less rent, they pay less cost of electricity, heating, maintenance, which is all now, which we have to pay now, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Of
But
course, it's not.
also, I think it's more adaptive too. I mean, it always levels out. Like I know people are just quitting because at the end of the day, it is about salary now.
Yes.
So
Yep.
if you have the luxury to fucking job hop, I mean, who's gonna stop you? But companies are also losing out on people if they don't fucking pay. So it is
Yeah.
kind of leveling itself out, in my opinion.
But as you said, in the moment, it might be looking, it looks very peachy for us. Yeah, it looks great. But let's see where this goes, because you said this. Yeah, let's see where we are in 10 years. I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about the competition. Yeah,
I know where you're going, but
yeah,
you know, if you are based in Blackpill, you know, you have to capitalize on the good times. And I would
yes.
say right now is the good times. That's why I'm fucking maximizing my shit. I'm living dirt broke, even though
Mhm,
making so much money. Stash your cash and because I don't, I think in any economy or any kind of field, it's always going to be good for a while. And so right now, I would say is a good time to just, you know, plan ahead. And fuck, give me 10 years, I'd be a millionaire soon. In 10
mhm.
years, if you're not a millionaire, you'd be royally even more fucked, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look at, okay, I mean, the dollar is slowly recovering. Here in Europe, we are not doing as good with the euro, right? So yeah.
Yeah, so not to discourage anyone from trying to, you know, stem cell max or high IQ max, but like I said, if you're not already recognizing any of this shit and not trying to better yourself, just imagine how worse it's gonna be in 10 years.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
like you've
But
you've already been left behind, even without realizing it.
yeah, so basically, I mean, the guy in the video, right? The black guy on Bali, he is doing the best he can, right? He capitalizes on all of this system, yeah. Living as a digital nomad on a Western salary on Bali, which is nice. I was there. They are very very friendly people there, even more friendly than in the other Asian countries. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
and I think yeah, the same thing Medican's going through. I forgot what the guy's name was. Oh, Emperor Dion. I think he's also a black cell, but he recently came back from Indonesia
Uh,
and he was just talking about how much better the women are and everyone's much friendlier. So
yes.
now the ultimate game is he has a goal. Like he tasted the sweet life fuel. So he's talking about how the hell do I find a way to permanently move there and get the fuck out of the West?
Yes.
And I
Yeah.
think ultimately it is trying to find like a high skill work.
Yeah. Also here in Germany, we also have some curry cells coding, right? So
Yeah.
it's pretty similar to the Kak Coast, yeah. And I talk to them, right? And they also tell me they will buy apartments in India, yeah. They will take their money there, and they are looking to quit with 40, right? Or 50.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like I think a lot of curry cells, yeah, they try to come to the West, but they're not trying to ascend in the West. Like
yeah,
the
but
ultimate goal is to get a Western salary and then go back to your own
exactly.
country and
But
live like a
it's
king.
yeah, but it's totally understandable because look at the housing prices, yeah, and the rents, and now in addition you have the problem with the cost of the gas and the gasoline, right? And everything, electricity, heating, whatever you got, especially here in Europe, right?
Hmm.
And so why when you see all of the prices or when you see buying a house here, it's a million, yeah, on in the suburbs of the bigger cities, outside close to the bigger cities, at the border of the bigger cities, it's like
You
1
know,
million. Do you really want to
actually,
take a credit for 1 million euro or dollar? I mean, how insane is that?
yeah, those prices are for the ultra rich, right? Like if you're fucking earning, no, I won't say earning, but if your net worth or assets are like 10 mil, fucking buying another 1 mil house is nothing. I mean, these are for like rich people games, but for even the medium class to, slightly
Mhm.
rich people, it's not affordable, dude. So,
Exactly.
um, yeah, and actually kind of related, but so the price of housing, right, is in relation to also population in a sense. Like look what's happening in China. Like you could build fucking 5 million houses, but if you only
Mm,
have a population of 1 million, there's no fucking reason to own like 4 houses per person, right?
mm.
So I think ultimately, even globally, I think the demand for housing is probably gonna come to I wouldn't say an end, but like, lowered demand.
Yeah, it's always a cycle. It's always, I think we are at the top in the West or everywhere basically on the whole planet. We are at the top, and there's only one way, which is down. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
and
so I
I
I
heard in
wouldn't.
US and Canada the housing prices are already going down. They already went down by 30%. And I also heard this from real estate agents here in Germany. No one will buy them at the prices they are at now.
Yeah, one of my friends was trying to sell his house. Like he had to lower it by like 60,000 to get interest.
Yes, you see. And I recently dated this chick, and she hands out, or she how to tell, she gives credits for people buying or building houses, yeah. And so she's not a real estate agent, she's taking care of the credits, right? So in investment company or whatever, yeah. And she told me like one of her best friends is a real estate agent here in Europe, and the last house she put on sale, yeah, no one called. In 1 week there was not a single call calling. Before, she had like 10 people calling on the day. The first day the offer was made public in the newspaper or on the website. Imagine. Because we are there yet. No one can pay these prices at the moment.
Germany has a 50% dependency on Russian gas. They're in a tough spot.
That's true. And
Yeah,
because we have to support the sanctions on Russia, yeah, we cannot buy this cheap gas. We have to buy it from somewhere else.
What's up, Prem? I know you joined. I know it was me and him back and forth, but I'm sure you got something to add as another IT cell.
What's up? Yeah, I mean, you guys are pretty much right. I mean, like I just graduated, so I just started, but like in my current team, our dev lead is basically like if there's like if anything like major goes wrong or they need done, like they just dump it on him because I mean he's probably like the smartest person there. But it's like yeah, like if he leaves, yeah, like the entire company's probably fucked for a while.
Yeah, I'm
But
telling
like
you,
it,
man. Every dev shop, like if that one dude leaves, they're all fucked.
yeah, pretty much. But I mean, honestly, it's also like they don't really do much to like uh prepare new hires or anything like that. Like you're like besides like the BS stuff you have to do, like like watch the videos on sexual harassment and all of that shit. It's
I
like
feel so sad for you, American cells. I mean, it's unbelievable.
uh, yeah, but it's like besides that, you're kind of just on your own, which is why like yeah, it's like yeah, like you have to kind of have been working there for like at 3 years probably minimum. Then like you've kind of gotten a grasp of everything because they don't teach you shit.
Hmm.
So
I actually now that you bring it up, I always used to fucking hate like the senior devs like never taking the time to say train the young cells or the noob cells, but as a elder
yes.
cell now, as an elder cell now, I realize I don't want to fucking train noob cells myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean like
So,
it's not the
not
dev league's
to
fault.
yeah, not to harp on you, but it is a common trend anywhere you go, I guess. And I'm sure when you're, in the 5-year lead, you'll just be like, oh, fuck this noob cell.
Yo, as my best friend always tells me, and he's a code monkey since 13 years. He always tells me, your coworkers are not your friends,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
why you
that's
don't want to train them because they will replace you.
exactly. So from the senior dev standpoint, I get it now. It's like this is such a fucked up industry, if you ask me. But yeah,
Mm,
you don't want to train the noob cells because they're gonna replace you, and otherwise, technically speaking, the noob cells also tend to leave soon, right? Like job hopping. Because I
yeah.
remember one of the, I remember talking to one of the senior devs at a different company, and he was telling me like, "Oh man, I was so excited because we're super understaffed, and I got two new guys, and I trained them for like 3 months, and then they disappeared." So it was like, what the fuck was the point of that 3 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I mean it's the company's fault. Like there's just no real reason to stay for most people. And I mean and that's why like they're kind of pigeonholed into like having to keep certain devs because if they leave they're fucked. But I mean like it's like I have a friend whose dad, he's a engineer as well, but he does like something in like oil safety or some shit. He's been working at the same place for like 40 years. But like I mean that's also mainly because his what's that shit called that you get like when you retired?
Oh, like a pension?
Yeah, like yeah, his pension is crazy. So
Mm.
like it makes sense for him to stay. But I mean like obviously like he got in like 40, 50 years ago. So like back then it was, different. But like now, I mean it is the only way to actually make money is to leave. So
Yeah, no, statistically, you make more money by job hopping,
yeah.
but I would say counter to that in this it might have been true like in the last 10 years for the coder cells, but in this economy, I wouldn't actually think it's correct.
Chop up, yeah. Yeah, I mean like I mean you would just have to Leco grind
Why do you think
while
that?
you're working and stuff.
Oh, was that a question for me or?
Yeah, why do you think that?
So,
Why
like,
shouldn't you job hop now? Like if you're thinking like the better offer somewhere else, you're like, well, maybe I should job hop over here. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it
like
would depend. It would depend on the job or the team or the company you're going for. But
yeah,
see, no one talks about the horror stories of fucking job hopping, right? Because
Mm,
it's always like, yeah, you make more money job hopping, but why would you trade something that's really good and stable and then
Yeah,
you end up in a sinking ship? So
yeah,
literally this happened to my friend. He was working at a good company. At least he was enjoying his shit. And then Amazon came around, get him a good deal. Like literally, they fucking lied to him, but they offered him 250K, a quarter mil salary is kind of hard to pass. So I
yeah.
totally understand. But then literally when he gets there, he fucking realizes it's a sinking ship. Like 8 devs already bailed in the last year.
That's why they offered him so much.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
3 months in, he's calling me and he's like, "Bro, I gotta get the fuck out of here." Like he
Fuck.
says it's toxic
Yeah.
as shit.
No one is explaining the code to me. No.
No, it's
Yeah, I
not
mean
even the
that's
code. Yeah, but
Oh,
you
okay.
know, there's horror stories. So I'm
Mm,
just saying, you know, do your homework. If it's good, if it's worth it, then yeah, do it by all means. Ultimately, it's your choice. But just know, I mean, when the deal's too good to be true, there's always something.
yes.
yeah, true. Yeah. I mean like my like current job is so like I mean like I really like the environment and honestly like we don't really do much work. Like I'm actually in a meeting right now, but you
oh
know how it
wow.
is when you work from home, so
Yeah, I have a meeting tomorrow, but I'm like not really worried about it too much. So
uh but yeah, I mean like right now I'm getting paid like 97, I think. But like yeah, what Jalex is saying is true though. Like I just got like a I think I yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago. I actually got a raise and I've been fucking working there for like 3 months.
Mm. So where are you located? Also on Coast.
Y- Yeah, but I mean I don't mind telling my state. I'm in Washington State, so
Oh, okay.
Seattle.
Yes.
yeah, I got a raise too recently as well. And then they honestly promised me another raise at the end of the year. So it's like I'm getting like two
Yeah,
raises
yeah,
this year.
yeah. Yeah,
So it's
like
like
Yeah,
we're gonna
okay,
get
so
my
that
I've
makes sense.
bonus
noticed.
end of the year.
Yeah, maybe you guys can
It's
confirm
not
too.
even the bonus. They're also going to give me a pay raise and possibly a bonus too, which is weird. It always happens every year because I'm doing that well. I
Yeah,
don't know what's
like
going on, but yeah.
no, like this is actually interesting because I noticed like there's man, this is something I noticed, but I feel like there's a new trend of like companies promoting people faster to in
Yeah,
order to
yeah.
keep them around longer as well
Keep them
too.
around. Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah. Like where I'm working at right now, they've been like they are trying to keep as many people as they can. So like in and I work at a fintech, uh, top 500. I mean, it's I don't want to say exactly what it is, but it's pretty
Mm.
obvious. But
Ah.
I
Hell,
mean,
over.
I'm probably gonna move to a different company after like 2 or 3 years, so I can make more money.
It's
Yeah,
a good
dude. So
it's a
so the
good
la
choice.
yeah. No, you're doing pretty good for, you know, your first job, I would say, because the laughing joke
Mhm.
was the my first job out of uni was 75K. Actually, no, it was 70K. Then I got like a slight raise 8 months later, then to 75. But then I got laid off, right? After a year and yeah, about a year and a half. And then the next job I found was you know, 100K plus.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
So
It's
by getting laid off and forced to find the next job, I literally uh 150% increase in my salary.
yeah. The thing is, you will earn statistically. Workers are earning the most from like end of their 30s until 40s or until 55, something like that. And
yeah,
HR, once you reach 55, HR will really have a problem hiring you. Yeah, I saw this. because there was a guy who had an interview, and HR told me they don't want to hire him because he's shortly before reaching 55. So you better get the highest amount of salary you can from 35 to 55, because if you are over 55, the HR guys will just tell that you are not reliable anymore.
That's Uranium Mine.
Pretty
Yeah.
You
hard.
know the deal
No, no.
here.
It's
Richie.
uranium mine. But no, what you say is true. One of my coder cell friends, he works for a telecom company, and he said when he joined, there was he said the guy was like 62 or I don't know,
Hmm.
it might have been 70, but he's definitely well over 55. But then it was he was complaining like this guy's just fucking slow, like ancient.
Yeah. Yes.
And I mean, I don't want to harp on old people. It's just, you're gonna age and degenerate. It's just a fact of life. But
Yeah, it's just a
he was just
liability.
yeah, he was just questioning like, God damn, like why is this old cell here? Like he can barely do his work. So
Yeah, you see, so he's like maxed on experience, right? But his energy is so low, you see.
hmm
So with beginners, it's the opposite. They probably, some of the guys coming from the uni, they are not even good coders, right? They just coded a little bit to pass the exams, yeah? Some of them, or I would say most of them, yeah?
Oh, dude,
And
I would say I would say 90% of CS grads can't
it's
fucking code.
it's
yeah,
it's actually a lot worse than people think it is, I would say.
mhm.
Because like
Yo, so
even like
you graduated recently, right? Like I'm just saying, I'm
yeah,
flat
like
out
in May.
saying 90% can't code for fucking shit.
I mean,
but, but they know all of the pronouns of all of the 97 genders.
I would say it's like 95% now because like even like my senior project is I mean I wasn't a CS major. I was actually gonna be like working at like Raytheon on like high energy beam lasers but like uh but then the current page is not as good as coding, so I switched. But
Yeah,
we had a
I
project and so
just
it,
to add real
yeah, yeah.
quick, it doesn't matter which STEM field you go into, like either, research or, high energy beam research or whatever. Ultimately, at the end of the day, all roads lead to programming.
Yeah, yeah. I mean like I did computer engineering, so I did basically E and CS, but like I'm not technically a CS major, so like our final project, we had like a CS team and only one out of like the 10 people could even do like basic stuff. Like they couldn't what was it, like there's this one chick who was using the a Python IDE online cuz she just couldn't figure out how to install it at all. Like it's really bad. I don't think I mean most people, at least for internships, they don't really care. Like there's this other chick that was in my team. She's dumb as bricks, but she got an internship because she's a
Yeah, yeah.
chick. So
Yeah,
it
H
doesn't
Hold
matter.
on. Yo, check this out. Me and my coder cell bro, the one from the telecom company. So we were talking about our job interviews, and then this other chick from our CS program, like she got into, the telecom company, and we were talking to her, like, oh, how was your interview? Like, what did they ask? Literally zero coding questions. Like she got in because she literally has a vagina.
Yeah, that's very, very common now. Like maybe you'll see one chick who like actually knows what they're doing, but otherwise it's like I mean like and like they'll just tell you like yeah, like I've never done anything. I just get other dudes to actually do all my work.
yeah.
Like so
Yeah, I heard
it
the
is what it
same.
is.
best friend of mine. He's a dev since 13 years in a big company. Yeah, and they had one female in the group. Yeah, one code monkey, one female code monkey, and this chick, she always asked the guys for help. Yeah, so it's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, there's a shit ton of people graduating with CS and
Yes.
engineering
Yeah.
degrees. Like, especially now, like some of my friends, like even this dude that I was working on this project with, he like it's hard for him to find a job. I mean, he's a white dude also, so like it's fucking crazy hard. So
Yo, would
Yeah, but
you say that the level of education, at least even in STEM, has fucking plummeted due to Chad 19? Because everything turned into online.
oh yeah, the online. I mean, yeah, online actually saved a lot of people, but like uh, also a lot of people actually like they like took like a gap year because of COVID, because
mm,
like they couldn't handle not being able to see their friends and you
mm,
know going out to drink and shit. So, but yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't think it plummeted. I think it's the same. It's like either you're like good at engineering and CS or you aren't. I don't think it really changed it. It's just
Yeah, cause
college is just not a good measure.
yeah, 'cause at least for me, I found it more useful. Like, you can actually just go to your professor's office and talk to them, as opposed to trying to schedule some Zoom meeting.
Yeah, yeah. I
mm.
mean, yeah, that is true, but uh, I mean, hmm. I mean, yeah, obviously, like the learning and stuff is down because everybody cheated, obviously, right? Like, why the fuck would you not?
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like you had real fucking exams, as in, here's your exam paper,
yeah,
nothing but a calculator, a pencil, and an eraser on your desk, and boom, an hour and a half, fucking go at it.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, it's this is such a useless task. I mean, what can you do with a pencil and a paper? You can write a algorithm, right? But that's
No,
it.
no, but hold on.
No? Yeah.
Here's the fucking separator, like in my opinion, right? Uh, fuck, dude. I remember my what was it? Hardware.
Mhm,
Yeah, hardware class, and I took the another hardware class. It was so
mhm,
fucking brutal. Like literally, the exam paper was fucking five blanks of, you know, five blank papers with
mhm,
like literally a paragraph question at the top. And it's,
mhm,
like implement a CPP file with all the methods of this class implemented. Like
mhm.
if you were one of those noob cells that completely relied on IDE, like you were literally fucked.
yeah,
You
you're
don't have
fucked.
Mhm.
IntelliSense, so you have to write code from scratch, like literally from scratch, like a pen and a paper and eraser. Like,
Yes.
see, that's where like the true coder cells are born, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean, I think though also it depends on your professor. Like, I had some courses like during the pandemic, like my what was it called? My semiconductor science course. Like the professor, since we were online, made the exams like really hard, and then like the only thing he did was he gave us he gave us 24 days to like actually do it, but still most people didn't finish, and like half the class failed still, even though it was online.
Mm.
So I mean, it
Yeah, I
depends on
agree.
your professor.
Yeah, yeah. The guy that taught the CS fundamentals, like this guy was legit. He spent like 13 years at Microsoft, and I think he built like part of the Microsoft operating systems. And before that, I think he was like working at IBM for like almost a decade.
Mm.
So like, yeah, and then his so I think there's a fucking load of lazy professors too, right? They make the
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
exam.
fuck yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like online.
It's
Pick the answer, multiple choice. And so like when it comes to grading, it's literally like done in seconds. Where
yeah. I mean,
he
even
actually has to read every line of code that you write. You know.
yeah, but like even when it wasn't online, like even in person, there's just some professors that only care about doing their research. Like they don't give a fuck about the classes. So it is, I mean, still a thing. But I mean, I don't. I mean, I never really cared. Like, I kind of just knew that college is a scam. But like, also, most people that go to college are like going for like BS majors. So like, even if they cheat or like do shit online, it really didn't matter. It's not like they were gonna do anything with it other than cope. Like you see a lot of chicks that are in bio that are saying they want to go into the medical field, and then they drop.
Yeah, that's true. That's also been like of the of the girls, them like most of them will like after 2 semesters. Yeah. But then again, there. If I look at my company, there are some really, really good female code monkeys. Yeah, they are
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
very good. So you cannot say like all girls going into STEM are trash. That's basically not true. But yeah, most girls going into trash, they will just drop out after 2 semester, 3 semester, and just study economics or whatever. That's
Yeah, I mean,
true.
like
Yeah, I would
they
say
aren't
the
all bad. It's
common.
mainly that they're. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead,
Oh,
Jones.
my observation is that usually the white ones are the ones that are getting by with the simp help, and then the ethnic chicks are the ones that actually know what the hell they're doing. Like I mean, I have
That is
yeah,
somewhat
like a
true. Yeah.
female coworker, and she's really good at what she does, and she's like from India.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, like, I mean, yeah. Obviously, not all of them are bad. I would say it's a lot of them just going with like their idea of what it is and like what you do is just warped. Like I think, I mean, like all they like really see is like, oh, you can get paid 200K, you know, and that's really all they care about. But then they obviously a lot of them can't do it. I mean, like even for the guys, I mean, like your first semester in most engineering universities are, I mean, is supposed to be like the weed out. Like half of the people drop after like the first month. So
Yeah, I remember engineering physics. We started
yep,
with
yep.
63. Engineering physics 2, it was like 34.
Yep.
And engineering physics 3, it was like 20. Literally two
uh,
thirds dropped out.
yep. Yeah, yeah. That's happened with the math courses at my school most of the time because it'll be like, oh, it'll be like at 8 o'clock at night. You'll have like a 3 to 4 hour math exam. So like a, a lot of people just cannot do it. So
Yeah, there are some filters. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I mean,
Black
still,
feelings
I would say it's
getting
easy
shattered on
to
women since the bar keeps getting lower, crushing them.
get through it because like professors still curve, right? Because they get paid kind of like based on how many people pass and shit. You know,
Yeah.
like you want to keep more people in the actual class itself, so like they don't drop out. So then the school gets more money. So like
Have you guys
there's
ever
that
like ever
incentive.
this is kind of related to curving here, but I guess have you guys ever like ruined a curve before for the class? Because you did so well on the test.
uh, honestly, I never really cared about it. I just I I was just trying to finish. Like I didn't give a fuck. Like I mean, I'm
Yeah.
like one of those dudes who doesn't really care what he does. I just kind of went in knowing that all right, like I'm good at math and I somewhat like engineering, so I'm just gonna do it because it pays the most, basically. Like I don't
Yeah.
really care like what I do as long as it pays the most and like I'm not being like overworked like a fucking slave.
But
I
have you ever like unintentionally like done it though, like ruined
I
the curve? Like, were
I
you like
don't think so.
you were so skilled at something, you were like, wow, that was like really easy. And you're like, you walked out the class, and it's like everyone's looking at you like, what? And then like all of a sudden you get your test back, and it's like you get like a complete like 100 or something close to 100 on the test. I'm like, what? You're like,
Oh,
okay, well, that's
I
I
curve
mean,
fucked.
I've done that before, dude.
Yeah, and the rest of the class is like totally behind you, and you're like, what? I
I
don't
mean
know,
No,
for like
dude.
so
math,
yeah, for
exams.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I mean like I mean I've never done it intentionally, but like for like the math exams and stuff. Yeah, I mean like I would like usually be like one of the first 5 people to finish, and then like you have to walk down, hand in your stuff, and then like you walk out. But it's like most of the people fail regardless. It's like 70% fail. So I
Hmm.
don't. I mean like even if you get like 100, it like really wouldn't matter because so many people failed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess so.
also the same experience here over here when I was in uni here. It's the hardest thing was always the math and the physics exams. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was one of the earlier math courses. Like because I'm an older cell going back to school at the time, so I had to take some of the lower level math classes to refresh. And
Mhm.
I basically did all the homework and studied on my own pretty hard to refresh my math. And so I remember one midterm, I literally just got in there, did the test. I left in like 15 minutes. I was the first guy to leave, and then everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And then I heard it from my other classmate that he told me that the teacher graded it right then and there, and it was like a
Yeah, that's what
93.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 93. I missed like two questions. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, like especially with like the upper level ones, like the midterms and exams are like 2 or 3 problems, and like you have like 3 to 4 hours. So like but yeah, so then if you finish early, they'll actually well at least mine, they'll just tell me like, "Oh, if you want to wait, we can give you what your grade is." But at least like the first math class I took, that was like because at the time I was blue pilled, and there was this chick in my class, and yeah, that didn't go well. But C plus plus bra size.
I've always loved taking tests. Not sure why. Hmm.
I mean, I like doing math problems. I don't really give a fuck if it's a test. But I mean, you probably like the stress, I guess, like being under pressure,
Well,
and you
especially if it's like a
probably
test where like you
perform
completely know you're
better.
gonna like rock and roll it, dude.
Oh
Like
yeah, true, true,
you're
true.
gonna do phenomenal. But like if it's like a test, you know you're gonna like fail or something like that. You're like, yeah, I don't know, dude. You walk in there like I'm gonna give it my best, freshman attempt and like figure out what I can do. And it's like yeah, dude. So it really does
Yeah,
depend on the test, right?
that was my engineering physics 2 final. I was like, fuck, dude, I don't know jack shit. I'm gonna fucking fail this test. Like, ended up with like a 82 after
Nice,
the
yeah,
curve.
yeah. I was always bad at mechanics, but I was good at E&M. So trying to. Oh, my meeting's over.
I passed all
Probably
my STD
gonna
tests being an equal.
log out for the day.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream pretty soon
4:13. I'm
too.
fucking done.
I got to fucking end the stream.
I mean, like the thing with
Hold on, Pro.
coding jobs at big.
Fran, before
Oh,
you keep
sorry.
going, we're gonna end the
Sorry,
stream
sorry.
pretty soon. So yeah, go ahead and say your
Oh,
few
okay,
last
all
words,
right.
and then we'll go ahead.
All right, all right. Uh, yeah. I mean, if you're like a high tier normie, then I would try and hold out hope if you're still young like me, and then like in like 10 years or so, and it's still bad, I would try and leave. But anyways, yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on, my dude. Drylix, my dude. Last word. Do you got any last word for the chat?
Yeah, I mean, it divulged into textile talk, but I would say even for the normies out there, or inkwells, it's like it actually isn't that hard. You just need to be better than 50% of the class. So even though you think you're low IQ, it's not that bad as you think it is. You just need to do better than half of the people, and that's not really saying much these days, at least. So keep on trying is all I gotta say. I don't think it's gonna hurt you.
All
Peace
right.
out.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming on, my dude. All right. Hey. Last words.
I'll quote Drawlix, stack your bread and get the fuck out.
Huh. There you go. Are you related to Saffron Pilled?
Nah.
I have to ask. You sound just like him a little bit.
Yeah, but at least he provided interesting discussions here, right?
He did.
Every
It was
time.
pretty fun. Every once in a
was
while, I'd be like,
fun,
"What
yeah.
the fuck?" It's like, "What the hell, dude? Like,
Yeah.
how the hell did
This
the episode
guy,
even get this long?"
he's so typical Curry. I mean, it's awesome. Try to get him back. Try to get him back.
Yeah, he always comes back every once in a while. He'll come out of nowhere and be like, "Well, hello."
And then also, he has this which a lot of, because we in IT we have a lot of Curry cells, Curry coders, right? And he
Yeah.
has this typical logical thinking. Everything for him has to be logical. I
Yeah.
see this in a lot of Indian people.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Yeah.
he's a cool guy. Get him back on the stream.
Yeah. All right then, buddy. Thanks for coming on, my
All
dude.
right, bye.
Bye. All right, then with one, get rid of that. Let me see what we got here. Isn't this amazing? Or isn't this amazing? No, dude. Hopefully Saffron Pill or Saffron comes back. He's in the same call center. Richie, dude. You're killing me, dude. In the same call center. Every time you get a call, it's always from fucking Saffron Pill or A boy. A boy. From the same call center. Oh my god. 400 lines of code, $1 programmer. That's the real truth. Strangely, the only book I read through K-12 was a good Christian book I had to read. Wow, that's pretty sad, really. Okay, so he's Saffron's relative. I said, damn. Over here watching my friend get his ass beat at the fight tonight. Dang, buddy. Oh my god. Well, hopefully he learned something, I guess. Yeah, that's cool. Like Prim said earlier, if happens to see your scratch, you can't code for shit. You just need to be better than 50%. Haha. Hit the Saffron Pill. Yeah, there it is. That's the Saffron Pill right there. Take it, guys. See you later, Richie Hart. Out of here. Yeah, I don't read. I just listen a lot. I don't know. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys on the flip side. Hope you guys enjoyed another random stream for one. So this was quite a long one, actually. Had a lot of good people. Had a lot of good guests on. A lot of good people on, and yeah, so it was a pretty good back and forth there. Good conversation about CS and what you can do to become a stem cell, and or maybe even ascend using STEM as a buttress to like keep up your lifestyle, I guess, right? So yeah, so like there's a lot of money to be made in STEM. I'm an accountant, so I think in my field, depending on what you have certification wise or what your job title is, you can generally get a pretty good salary there as well, depending on the industry you work in, obviously. But yeah, so it really does depend on what you're going for. But either way, guys, this has been another random stream for WINcels. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you like the video or hate the video. Never forget, guys, that wisdom is gold, and I love this stream. I cannot wait to start doing SNCs again. this was basically a little mini SNC, right? It might as well have been one, right? Everybody was so up today, so who knows? We had like 42 people in here talking, or not talking, but in the chat. So pretty good numbers tonight. Either way, all right, guys. I'll see you guys on the flip side once again. This has been a stream for WINcels. Random stream for WINcels, yeah. All right, guys. See you next stream. It's over. That's a good way to end it. It's over. Peace out, my dudes.